place up for grabs tonight in 7-6A as the Rangers and Cardinals meet for the 10th time ever. From Joy and Ralph Ellis Stadium in Irving, Texas, it's the MacArthur Cardinals and the Jesuit Rangers. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Scott Garner alongside John Nelson. And offense has been a point of emphasis for both of these two teams. MacArthur wants to run the football. Jesuit wants to throw it.
Well, Jesuit comes in, Scott, averaging right at 20 points a game. They would like to see that number swell. You're going to see a lot of running backs, wide receivers touch the ball. Likewise for MacArthur. The key, Brock Cassis Willis, fourth in the district in passing for MacArthur. And we've seen Beck Berry comes in with a 56% completion rate, a quarterback that makes outstanding decisions and does it all for Jesuit this year.
And it's a quarterback that was, quite honestly, trying to throw the ball a little bit too much when the year began. They have since gone to a little bit different scheme for him. He's very balanced. He'll put his foot in the ground and get upfield. He's become a +1 player, as they talk about. But for MacArthur offense, trying to be established tonight. They wanted to be a little bit better. They knew that it was going to be tough against Lake Highlands, but they really wanted to play better against Berkner, a team that they lost to 36-17, seeing Berkner's quarterback throw for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, Banner Nicholas, he did have that 4-yard touchdown run, but tonight he's a question mark. We'll see if he comes out and starts this ball game. He's their best offensive player. Cooper
Magoo has it teed up for the visiting Jesuit Rangers in all white with gold helmets. One of the 2 return men back knee from Mac's Olamide. Savi Olamide, a junior wide receiver. Mac 1-2 in district play. Jesuit at 2-1. Magoo hits it, gives it the full windup, and a spinner will hit at the goal line and will come out to the 20. So the Cardinals have it first, and coming off a loss last week to Berkner, 36-17, as Scott said. Their offense, 124 yards of rushing, 153 up top. That's what they managed last week in the loss.
And their head coach, Beck Nicholas, mentioned that they just had too many breakdowns in the run game. They've got to execute their assignment tonight. Pass protection has to be good against a team that they feel like they can beat. But this offensive line started this season out like a band of brothers, and they'd like for it to come back together here as we really get going. 4 games to go in district competition.
Offensive line is huge, averaging about 265, one of their biggest offensive line in a couple of years. Handoff over the left side and pile up after a yard gain, Jaden Burnett.
Yeah, and I like how Adolfo Medland keeps those feet moving. That's been a point of emphasis too. You watch that big guy down low, number 70. He'll stick to you and he will block through the echo of the whistle. But they've got some young players down there. But the 2 guys that have really anchored this offensive line, Giovanni Guadardo and Eason Harris, number 58 and number 72.
Second and a yard. They scrimmage from the 26. Sideline left, open field right. Down underneath, caught Olamide and struggles over the 32. That's all they'll give him. He was about 3 yards shy. It'll be 3rd and 3.
And with Mitchell's not necessarily available, watch Omalade and watch how he finds the soft spot in the zone, sits down. That's why he caught a 24-yard touchdown pass last year, but last week I should say, but he sits down right where he should, and they're going to be using number 4 a lot tonight.
Wyatt Davis alongside Brock Casas Willis. As we said, 4th in the district in passing, swings it out, caught first down yardage, Trey Riles. Riles, a senior, on the reception, and the first down of the game for the Cards.
And he had a catch last week, his first of the year. They don't use him much, but again, with Banner Nicholas, a question mark, they've got to go to Riles. They've got to find Omalade. And I like how Cassis Willis gets it out quickly, finds the single coverage there. Jack Beret, who had 15 tackles coming in, shoving him out of bounds. But this MacArthur team sort of loosening up Jesuit. They wanted to put an extra guy in the box tonight.
Jesuit defensively giving up 30 a game over the left side. The pile continues to move and stacked up at the 42.
I guarantee you they will absolutely take 5 yards a carry on first down. That is a win. MacArthur again comes in averaging almost 200 yards a game. That was one of the big keys for Jesuit coming in. Control the MacArthur run game. Don't let them average 5 to 6 yards a carry on first down, but the Cardinals get that on this set of downs. This is right to Nicholas's playbook.
And turnover, Scott, the Cards have only turned it over twice this year.
Yeah. That's discipline. And, Beck Nicholas, this is a 52-year-old head coach who's in his first head coaching job. 24 years at MacArthur High School, though, as a defensive coordinator, linebackers coach, D-line coach. He knows what Cardinal football is about.
2nd and 5. It'll cost the Cards 5. Delay of game. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Interesting, Brandon Hickman, who's a longtime head coach. In fact, he's in his 15th season as Jesuits head coach. He was a little bit surprised when I let him know that, Coach, your team didn't commit a single penalty last week. He goes, are you serious? I said, yeah, that's true. He goes, hey, that's pretty good, isn't it? I said, yeah, I guess that is pretty good.
2 games in a row.
Yeah, 2 games in a row.
Yeah. Well, 8 different receivers caught balls last week for the Cards. And if you watch Mac, they do like to spread it out. Casas Willis looking underneath, caught, and not much. Reception turned in by Wyatt Davis, number 15.
That's the junior tailback. This guy can run the football now, 456 yards through the air. That's just his 8th grab. That's a nice catch. That's not an easy route to run. You're running straight away from the quarterback. They call that an arrow route. And you have a guy like Wyatt that can make that kind of play, and I'm surprised he was able to hang on to the football, but that's why a lot of folks feel like this junior running back can play at the next level perhaps after next year.
Just underway, Casas Willis, good protection over the middle, caught in traffic at the 48. Olamide, 3rd catch.
Omalade, for the 2nd time on this drive, is able to make a key catch for a 1st down. But this time, instead of sitting down against the zone, he's having to make an athletic play against not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders. Casas Willis stepping into that throw, and he takes the hit from Weissmeyer, who's had a good year with 31 tackles. But this guy, Omalade, stepping up in the absence of Banner Nicholas, the coach's son.
Casas Willis going sidearm on that last delivery. That one stacked up, clogged up, and 49, a yard gain for Wyatt Davis. Now for Jesuit, keep an eye on number 18, Cole Wambacher, as we said, number 18, 41 tackles this year. He is the leading tackler, as you see, Joe Norman. Number 14, Norman, a senior, one of 25. Head coach Hickman this year.
One thing that you have to like about what this MacArthur team is doing on this opening drive, they are controlling the football, and they are making plays when they have to.
Casas with a keeper to Davis, and Davis hit hard underneath first by Weissmuller.
Dan, it's the first time they've shown quarterback power. They pulled the backside guard, and you see Davis a little shaken up right there. That's the last guy that they want to lose is Davis, their top tailback. They've already lost their top receiver.
Inside receiver Wyatt Davis, number 15. There's number 90 digging down. That's Cole Johnson. As Casas Willis throws and overshoots the intended receiver. Coverage by Beret.
When a flag came in, that might have been a defensive hold. That contact, I thought, came from Weissmuller before the ball was released.
Couldn't tell how hard he grabbed him or held him up at the 40-yard line. Jonathan Vanderhoff, our referee tonight. Aaron Black Jr. is the umpire. First flag of the game, the Cardinals on the march. It started at the 25 with a touchback. We'll see if that warranted some extra yardage here on the call.
Penalty on the flag. The ball was uncatchable. Ball was uncatchable.
Oh, interesting.
Over the head.
Yeah, really good uncatchable. No question. That's a good call right there. And I thought that was a nice job by Casas Willis to just fire that thing over the head of his intended target, Omalade. 3rd time they've targeted him on this drive. He gets all excited about it, but it brings up 4th down.
So the Cards in punt formation. Corson Lindley back deep for Jesuit. 52, that's Oscar Abrego.
Abrego's got good talent. He does a good job of reading his blocks in the return game.
Lindley in retreat mode, over the shoulder, watches it hit at the 9, inside the 5, still rolling and down at the 2.
How about a 46-yard punt? You could see 100 high school kicks and not see one that nice.
Abrego Clears it out of there and has the Rangers pinned back deep.
Cardinals, of course, excited to be back home.
Rangers first down 10.
That's a really nice kick by Brago, as you mentioned. Excited to be back home. Defense really recovered. 8 fumbles against Nimitz. Remember that? Meanwhile, MacArthur offense dominating the ground, rushing for 472 yards and 8 touchdowns, with Jaden Burnett, Wyatt Davis, Banner Nicholas all racking up a 100-yard night in a 58-13 blowout win.
Barry from the end zone, and the handoff is Ty Dabu. Dabu, a junior running back.
Flag thrown on the run.
And a penalty marker dropped as soon as Dabu got the handoff.
Ty Dabu.
That's half the distance, Scott. It's line of scrimmage at the 2.
Still, first down.
Can't go back too much farther. But I got to tell you, I want to go back to that punt. That was an incredible kick. And I'm telling you, you can watch 100 kicks and not see that. Tough read right there and great technique. Right on the edge there by Gabriel Barker, and stays and sets the edge, and you see the penalty flag coming out.
Caden Profit, number 10, may have held up the outside edge rusher for the Cardinals.
Second down 8.
From the point of the foul, so not inside the 2. They mark it at the 5. Swing out to the right side at the 8, low ball, but hauled in nicely. Gain of about 3. That's number 1, Harlan Bouclair. Now, Bouclair was 4th in the state in the 200 last year. One of the speedier receivers. He's been out for most of this year. And they were excited to get him back. And, Brandon Hickman, who again is in his 15th season as the head coach for Jesuit, says this is the first week really since maybe the first week of the year that they feel like they're at 100%. Beck Beverly from the gun. Twin receivers to the near side, looking, throws out, and it is caught at the 15 and dropped immediately, hauled in by number 7, Shane Parker.
Boy, that is an incredible reception right there by Parker. Maybe a better throw by Barry. That's a throw he released before Parker actually made his break. What a timing route over the linebacker under the safety.
From the 15, 1st and 10, inside handoff to Parker. Shane Parker gets to the edge, 20, stiffs arms the defender and dragged down by Gabriel Backray.
Like to watch Parker. This guy can do it inside, he can do it outside, he can turn it up a notch. They love his work ethic and his willingness to do anything that he's coached to do. That's a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, Parker had a 77-yard touchdown reception last week in the loss, coming off to Lake Highlands 52-21. 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3 at the 19. Barry rolls out, throws back against the green, and a little bit too tall, trying to get it into the hands of Profit, number 10.
Yeah, Profit, 7 catches this year. Big target. Like this guy, Profit. He's 6 feet, 175, a senior, and a guy that's really steady. And that ball is a little bit tall. If you asked him, he'd probably say, maybe should have had that. But that's a tough pass for Barry, the right-handed quarterback, rolling to his left.
It'll set up 3rd and 7. 5:22 remaining in the opening period. Week 7 of the 2025 high school season. Barry under duress throws it up high and caught and dropped at the 45. He had Bouclair. They got inside the safety. The ball hung up there. Rain hung up so high and came down to Bouclair, who couldn't handle it.
And Coach Nicholas is not going to be very happy. His secondary repeatedly let guys get past him, and that time just right off his fingertips. Ball absolutely should have been caught by Parker.
Donovan Wilson providing the coverage, so the Rangers will punt it away.
But that's what the back end did last week against Bergner. They just let guys get behind them, gave up touchdown passes of 34, 32, and etc.
Nobody back deep. It is blocked, goes out of bounds at the 28, and the Cards take over in 4-down territory. Somebody got a hand on it. It was low to begin with, and the Cardinals with a huge break here in the first period.
A huge break, but a huge play in the kicking game.
Mark it right at the 28.
And they have been working on this and really focused on special teams this year. That is a nice play. And, the pressure up front for the Cardinals has been tough to withstand here, but great job. You get in there and you hit the punter. Andres Van knows, hey, you got to make that play. You have to put a body on that guy. King getting a piece of it.
It looked like Donovan Wilson, number 2, up the middle, got a hand on it. Here's a gain of about 2 to the 26 on 1st and 10.
Big chance here for the Cardinals. And again, this is a Cardinal team that comes into this game off back-to-back losses to Lake Highlands and Berkner, and they just were not happy with the way that they played last week. No question about it. The team speed was surprisingly good. Berkner probably the surprise of the district. Coach Nicholas thought we should have played better against those guys.
From the 26, 2nd and 8. Empty backfield. Casas Willis to the far side. Caught not much at all.
This Casas Willis is a lot like the Jesuit quarterback Beck Berry in the fact that he continues to improve each week. It's impressive to watch him operate. He's made some good throws. That is not an easy throw to make. Ball comes out of his hand nicely, and he's got some good zip on it.
But no turnovers. Good on-field decisions so far early in the first quarter.
No doubt.
They're going to flex out Omolati to the near side. A squadron 3 out wide right on 3rd and 9. And knocked down, intended for Banton over the middle, and the Rangers have held.
Add Parker Sherman in there in the middle. Expect him to make some plays tonight. They're so happy to get him back. This guy is fantastic. Watch him just go right past his guy, and like a well-coached nose guard, gets his hand up right at the right time. The 250-pound senior. He's a big kid. He loves to play football, and they think, hey, he's going to play at the next level. That's a D2, D3 guy for sure.
5'11" and 250 a senior. So the Cards going forward on 4th and 9. Casas Willis rolls out, looking, scans the secondary, throws to the end zone, and caught and dropped. Nice defensive coverage, knocked it out of the hands of Colin Hernandez.
Flag comes in, and I think they may get Weissmiller for pass interference right there. I mean, he was wearing the defender, and the flag comes out. See this again, I'm sure, but when that ball came out, you could tell that Weissmiller was in a little bit of a precarious position. He was right where he was supposed to be.
Here's a call.
Holding defense number 11. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So not only was Weissmiller not in a great spot in terms of his head position, but he held before the ball was thrown. So that penalty took place before the ball was even released. I thought that Hernandez was going to be able to focus, zone in, and pull that ball in. He had a chance.
They go back to the line of scrimmage. The ball is at the 17. Wyatt Davis has stood up. 3 Rangers pump him to the turf.
Well, that's a nice play. This guy Davis is quite the player, 6'1", 210. You stand him up, you've done a job. This is a power back. He's big and strong. He had some big games earlier this year, and had it not been for a couple of cramps, he would have gone over 100 yards probably 3 times in 4 weeks. But they did a good job of stymieing him at the line of scrimmage.
Joe Norman, also number 14, in on the stop. Homecoming tonight for Irving MacArthur. Guys lost a half a yard. 2nd and 11. Colin Hernandez, number 9, wide left, 2 to the right. Davis up the middle, nice hole, and Davis plows ahead to the 13. Still moving.
Boy, talk about moving your feet. This is how you run the football. That's how you do it. That's why he averages over 5 yards per carry at 48 yards on 14 carries last week. That's not terrible, but he does most of the work in between the tackles. Simple wham play here. They fake the block of the defensive end, but watch this guy. Man, Davis takes the contact, but he plays with a low pad level, keeps his feet moving. He makes you tackle him. I mean, you saw Joe Norman working there. He had 23 tackles coming into this game. He made Joe Norman make that tackle.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Cards at the Jesuit 13. Blitz. Casas Willis to the edge and almost reeled in one-handed style by Hernandez.
Man, I really like this guy, Colin Hernandez. He is not afraid to get in position. He's a physical wide receiver. You get him one-on-one, they're going to throw the ball to you. You watch him. He's not open on that play, but he's got the trust of Casas Willis to just put it right where he can make that catch. He's made a number of catches in his career where he may not be open initially, but he'll find a way to make the grab.
Oscar Abrego, this is well within his range. This will be a 30-yarder, virtually no angle at all. Drive started at the 28. Cards needing some points here. It is spotted. It is up. And it is no good. It's wide right. So they misfire from 30 yards out, and the ball goes over.
Brago, just a sophomore, and you could tell he pushed it just a little bit. He didn't catch it cleanly. Went off the side of his foot a bit.
Out of the hold of Hernandez, number 9. So with 2:10, still looking for some points. We're scoreless. As we said, week 7, the Cards overall at 2-4. Jesuit on the year also at 2-4, and both teams coming off losses.
Hey, we knew this game was going to be close. We knew it had a chance to go either way. You know, last week, Lake Highlands putting it to Jesuit early.
Beck-Berry, flush from the pocket, rolls out, looking for a receiver, some kind of gold helmet. He's got one downfield and knocked away at the 40. Nice coverage by Donovan Wilson, number 2.
Boy, that was nice coverage. Wilson came in with 9 tackles. Guy that left the program came back, and he just keeps making play after play. Probably their best corner. Beck-Berry rolling to his right, showing off a terrific arm right there. And Berry, 6'1", 170-pound senior with 10 carries last week to go along with the 197 yards through the air. This guy's a really solid quarterback.
Cards defensively this year allowing 27 a game. 2 running backs with Berry. Play fake, short screen, caught. That's a Parker. Parker out to the 22.
Out to the 22, but one thing you notice is the swarm of this defense. You got to have it. Jordan Seaworth needed 5 tackles to break the single season record coming in. That was number 2. He had 67 tackles coming in and had a chance to break the single season tackle mark for MacArthur tonight.
3rd and 8. Berry looking to the sidelines. Plenty of time. Play clock down to 12. No sweat there. Maybe doing some adjustment on the near side. Here's a play. Berry to the side. It is caught and right at the line to gain. That's Buchlier.
Boy, they did not give him a good spot, did they?
I thought they may have given it a little further up.
Boy, Donovan Wilson came up, kind of gambled a little bit with that hit. They're going to go ahead and go for it here on their own 29.
Going tempo on 4th and 1. They have the first down as it crosses the 30, stacked up at the 32. So a 2-yard pickup.
You mentioned going tempo, and that's not something that they have done quite as frequently this year with a young team. They do like to go tempo typically, but not as much this year. But they go to it and get the first down. Well, that's a nice throw, and you look back at that later. I mean, he's past the stick.
Yeah, he is.
They gave him a terrible spot, and they forced them to convert on 4th.
We're on the 32. 1st and 10, Jesuit. Berry looking, goes deep down the left side and over the head as he shoots it towards Cade Kirby's direction. Not much there.
Yeah, and that's the edge that's on the coverage that time, and you can see that this Jesuit team has done a lot of scouting, and they know, watching the tape from last week, that the DBs for MacArthur gave up big play after big play and let guys get behind them. And so Jesuit, they're just going to see what happens and see if the Cardinals have made an adjustment here.
Well, historically, Jesuit teams have run the up-tempo offense, but because of injuries, they kind of have to revamp things early in the season. Going deep, going for it all, down the rail. It is caught and dropped at the 28. And he knows he could have held on to it. That's Buchlier.
He does, and they finally get him back. Buchlier typically sure-handed, but again, he's been sidelined with injury. They finally get him back this week, and that's the second one. That's the second big bomb. Boy, that thing has a lot of air under it, and he put it right in the trash can. I mean, you just can't throw it better than that. Beck-Berry a little bit frustrated. That should have been a big bomb for about a 60-yard gain.
3rd and 10 could be the last play of the quarter. It is caught to the near side. That's Kirby. Kirby blocking ahead. Crosses a 45 and has a first down.
And one of the things you're seeing here is this MacArthur defense getting spread out. This is going to end the first quarter, but they're getting spread out. And you know that the Cardinals got to be a little bit concerned about that.
First quarter in the books. We're scoreless. Our game of the week on ICTN. And welcome back to Joy Ralph Ellis Stadium on this mid-October Thursday night. We are scoreless. Jesuit and the Cardinals of Irving Mack. Homecoming here for MacArthur. One more homecoming for another Irving school before the end of the year. Well, really, the end of the month. A couple of weeks.
You know, there were a couple of games with Pierce and also Irving where Jesuit held their opponent to less than 2 touchdowns. We may have one of those games tonight.
1st and 10. Parker looking for daylight. He's got it. 45. Parker to the 40. Nice gain. Joseph Konings providing some blocking ahead, number 12.
And we've seen the attempts at going deep and to test the third level. And you're seeing the effects of that right there with that last run, just getting the defense spread out.
From the Cardinal 40-yard line. And hold everything. They had plenty of time on the play clock. Somebody may have been in motion. Jesuit may have jumped the gun. They wanted to give it to Dadley, number 20.
Before the injury,
Player down.
offense, number 12. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Jesuit
Still remains first
Second
down.
receiver, maybe.
Injury timeout.
Couldn't tell.
Back at that last play, just a sweep. It's a jet sweep, and they get the edge blocked. It's a nice reach block on the edge. I like how he changes hands, avoiding the defender, but you're seeing effects of a defense that really is on its heels because they have gone deep repeatedly, and they're just not getting guys to the point of attack on this drive as they did that first drive where they forced Jesuit to punt.
Joseph Konings being helped to the sidelines, number 12. Yeah, the Cardinals opened up the season on August 28th. They lost to Pascal, another loss to Joshua, then back-to-back wins over Arlington, Sam Houston, and Irving Nimitz to begin district play.
And this is a district, again, that's kind of wide open. I mean, especially that 4th spot. That's what this game tonight is all about. Can you win tonight? And if you do, Jesuit would be at 3-1. If MacArthur comes up with the win, they and Jesuit would be tying for that 4th spot.
Here's the reverse. Bouclier and slips and drops and lost a chunk of yardage. Couldn't maintain the footing.
Slipped on the gadget play, and Bouclier has dropped a big bomb, and now he has slipped in the open field. This is just an effect, and right there you're seeing Brandon Hickman, who again is in his 15th season, his 21st overall with Jesuit, his 28th year of coaching altogether. A little bit frustrated with that last play. He's had some big explosive plays turned away.
So the Rangers were penalized. It was 1st and 15. Now Mack may be offsides, and this one jarred loose out of the hands of Cade Kirby, number 4, but I believe Mack may have crossed the line first.
Might have.
Offside. Defense, number 28.
And they did.
5-yard penalty.
It's another penalty, and remember last week, penalties were a thing of concern, but yeah, you see the jump there by the 3 technique, and Barry just testing the waters. Great job, though, by Waksback, who's the center, the junior center, who's the last 2 weeks maybe the best offensive lineman that they have, doing a good job of snapping that on time to draw the offside penalty. But no, MacArthur had a big-time problem with penalties. They were flagged 10 times for 81 yards last week.
2nd and 8. Shane Parker to the 35.
10 times for 81 yards. That was the loss to Berkner we were talking about. The 2 teams, Berkner and MacArthur, combined for how many accepted penalties do you think, John?
2?
26. 26 accepted penalties. 10 against MacArthur. Berkner flagged 16 times for 170.
You know, the Cardinals,
And they won the game.
they came out a winner. Yeah. From the 35, going deep, left side. There's another drop. Right in front of initialist number 8. That was Kirby, the intended receiver.
There's not another secondary, I guarantee you, in the Metroplex that's being tested more than this one tonight. We talked about the repeated big plays that MacArthur gave up last week, and Brandon Hickman, the Jesuit head coach, has come out and he is trying to throw it deep at every 3rd play.
It is 4th and 5. Barry again, same target, same area. This time it is caught. Did he stay in bounds? Cade Kirby, and it's a touchdown. Same play, this time Kirby able to hang on to it, and the Rangers strike first tonight.
Boy, he is tremendously athletic. He's their best wide receiver, no question. Came in with 28 grabs, 5 touchdowns. That's number 6. They're going to hit on one of these. They're not. I mean, they just continue to test this secondary. And like Troy Aikman always said, listen, great passes don't get defended. When you put it right where it's supposed to be, it's tough to defend. And that was a really nice pass. And he's made 2 or 3 really good ones like that. They've just been dropped tonight.
Cooper Magoo out of the hold of J.P. Livingston will try to make it 7-0. And for Beck Berry, his 6th touchdown toss of the year. Good snap, good hold, and the extra point is good just inside the right uprights. And a 7-0 Jesuit lead with 10:01 to go in the first half.
Boy, what a drive by Jesuit, a team that comes in averaging just 18 points per game. Really nice pass. This guy, Beck Berry, has got it working tonight. He's putting everything he wants to. You just can't throw it better than that. You can't defend that ball. Cade Kirby, a terrific captain. This is a guy that got in the weight room. Last year, didn't play much. He was injured, broke his collarbone. He's having a terrific senior season. He'll play at the next level somewhere if he wants to. Nice catch, nice throw. You just can't do it better than that.
And was able to tightrope it and stay in bounds the final 4 yards. So a 7-0 Jesuit Ranger lead.
But, hey, captains make captain plays, don't they? That's what Kirby's been doing. To see him continue success. He had 4 grabs last week for 41 yards and a touchdown. It's good.
Do not try.
Hey, we told you to open the broadcast, Jesuit wants to throw the football. I didn't realize that they wanted to throw it this much, but they are taking no prisoners with the deep ball tonight.
Airing it out for sure. Omolati crosses the 15 and draws a crowd at the 17. Downfield quickly, number 14. Been pretty active so far, Joe Norman, senior linebacker. So the 3rd possession upcoming for the Cards.
First down 10 on the 17.
And not having Banner Nichless really hurts this team. I mean,
yeah,
he's a coach's kid. He's just tremendously athletic, no question. I don't think there are many wide receivers, if any, better than Nichless. And to not have him, man, that really hurts MacArthur. That's why the field position was so important for them coming in.
Yeah, he was the district utility player of the year last year.
That's right.
At over 1,000 yards tandem-wise. Davis trying to get to the edge and does not. Law loose is now piled up at the 16 as Davis separated from the football. Number 21 comes up with it for Jesuit. Jackson Gare, a junior, and our first turnover of the night.
Winning the turnover battle for Jesuit was key number 2. Look at that coaching staff. They are excited. Man, it was a great play by Jackson Gare. Gare, who's big, fast, physical. He's a lacrosse player too, and that lacrosse toughness coming into play right here.
Able to poke it loose, squirts loose right here.
Well, you don't like to see Wyatt Davis run off tackle and try to bounce, but that's what the Spill players were doing that time for Jesuit, and they cough it up.
From the 17 over the right side, and only a yard as Archie Mitchell there to flatten the running back, number 20, Ty Dabu.
One thing that MacArthur cannot afford to do is to give Jesuit field position. Just can't give them extra possessions, can't give them field position. When you're down your best player on offense, arguably, and your tailback kind of tweaked his leg a little bit earlier tonight, just can't do stuff like that.
In the red zone from the 15. There's an easy catch for Kirby. Motors ahead to the 5 to the end zone. Crosses a double stripe. And the Rangers now up the ante to 13-0.
And they do it with execution. They have really been executing it. And you could tell midway through the first quarter, Jesuit kind of realized, hey, if we just play hard, if we just pin our ears back, we should be able to post the W tonight. And MacArthur just struggling to kind of rise to the challenge here. And it's one thing that Coach Nicholas had mentioned against Berkner, he was a little bit disappointed with the edge that they played with. That's why they lost 36-17. And you've got to be careful. If you're Coach Nicholas, you're probably talking to your guys on the sideline here about not playing to the scoreboard. It doesn't matter. Things not going well for us here.
Rangers calling timeout.
Yeah, but things not going well for you here. But you've got to play like 0-0. You can't get your dauber down. You have to continue to fight.
As Bill Belichick once said, you don't have to be great, just be good.
Just be good, that's right. Just execute, do your job.
He's taken out of the game early, but they are so far at 13-0. Here's another look at the Kirby Cats.
So impressed with the execution. Great job by the quarterback looking off as Barry looks right, then goes left. He's got a convoy out in front of him. And this guy, Kirby, when he gets space, if he's got a block or two in front of him, you're in trouble. And that's why he came in with 5 touchdown catches on the year. Terrific athleticism. This guy is going to be playing on Saturdays at some level. It might not be Division I, might be, but for sure, this guy, he is athletic enough. He's got the IQ. He's really good.
Yeah, well, he got the road grader block from Ben Bumgarner at 6'3" and 275, a sophomore leading the way. Just opened up a huge crevice. So following the timeout, we go the conventional extra point. Cooper Magoo out of the hold of J.P. Livingston. A fumble resulting in a field goal, and now the extra point is good, driven through, and a 14-0 lead in the first half for Jesuit. So that touchdown coming, about a minute after the out of score. 10:01, now 9:08. So less than a minute, they strike again.
And again, this MacArthur team, they want to try to dig their heels in, no question about it. And they spent the week getting back to the fundamentals. You see Beck Nicholas talking to his guys here, just trying to rally them. And, when you're down and things aren't going well, sometimes you've got to let them know about it. Other times you've got to be encouraging. And Nicholas does a really good job of doing that. Even though it's his first head coaching job, he's 52 years of age. His teams, while at MacArthur here, made the playoffs in 02 as an assistant, 03, 04, 05, 07. They were really good for a long time here. His MacArthur defense was ranked number 17 in the DFW area about 8 years ago. He knows how to coach. He knows how to motivate. The kids love it.
They were 3-7 last year, but Mac has not won more than 4 games since 2015.
No, they haven't. And, you kind of look back at it, and the heyday, the most recent heyday, from 12 to 15, they had 3 different 7-win seasons.
They had Coach Brian Basil.
That's right.
Campaign. So this will come out to the 25, the 4th possession for the Cards, trailing 14-0.
And that's how Coach Basil got the Flower Mound job. Still there, in fact. Left MacArthur, goes to Flower Mound, and he's been there probably about 10 years now, I guess.
And back-to-back 7-win seasons here. So there's the Cardinal defense. As the offense comes on, they operate from their own 25, just trying to sustain a drive and not turn it over. Moving right to left here in the second quarter.
And their opening drive looked good. I mean, they were moving the football and got a 46-yard punt, pinned Jesuit deep, and a mistake or two here or there has cost them.
Wyatt Davis with a quick burst of 5.
That's what Wyatt Davis does when he is hitting his mark. He is running off tackle, but you see there, left arm, a little bit of a concern, and the last thing they want to do is lose him.
He'll come out. Davis shaken up, and replacement after the gain of 5. Certainly keep an eye on their main running back and inside receiver as well. Tay Riles, number 0, goes wide right. Single receiver at the bottom of the screen. On second and a nickel, Casas Willis throws and intercepted at the 30. Staying in bounds, number 18, Cole Wambacher. Wambacher, and another turnover cost the Cardinals points.
Pick 6 for Wambacher, came in with 41 tackles. Best player on defense. Makes a great play. Reads it, had an interception earlier this year. He's long, he's rangy, he can run. Man, this guy's fantastic. That's his second pick of the season. And this guy, Wambacher, is quite a player. He's got such instinct.
So, from 9:08 to 8:18, inside of a minute, and another Jesuit score. Offensive lineman comes on a little late. That's Ben Baumgartner. Cooper Magoo's been busy the last couple of minutes. A 20-0 lead. And the extra point is true and through, and a 21-0 as the Rangers have just stunned the Cards here in the last 2 minutes.
Watch Wambacher reading it all the way. He sees it. He strikes. That's a nice catch. That's not an easy catch. And you mentioned it, tippy-toeing. He took 6 steps on the sideline, and as soon as he regained his balance, he knew, hey, this is going to be easy. It's time to celebrate. Watch it again. The pressure has just been insurmountable for Cassius Willis the last 4 weeks, and it was there. Nice play. Touchdown.
Well, I'd love to have that one back, but it cost him points. 30 yards officially on the interception.
You know, and his brother Paul led Jesuit in tackles 2 years ago. This is all in the family here with Cole and his brother Paul. That number 18, man, is he a player.
It's been a momentous week for Jesuit. They just signed a deal with Under Armour, so they outfitted with new uniforms. Heck of a deal.
It really is, and coaches have so many jobs. I was talking to TCU head basketball coach Jamie Dixon earlier today, and he said, hey, the thing that he got his 504th career win. And I said, well, what's one thing you've improved on? Selling, making money, gathering money, collecting money. And, you know, at the high school level now, it's about selling. They've got to sell the players, and you've got to sell your own players.
Banton, yard deep, and will come out to the 25. Yeah, it's one of the few high schools in the country. They got that deal with Under Armour. Broke out the uniforms last week.
That's a big deal. You know, Jesuit, as you and I were noting earlier this week, they have their own sports information director who puts together game notes like they
8
do
pages.
at the college.
Yeah. Huh? 8 or 10 pages.
8 or 10 pages for every sport.
That's great.
I mean, talk about marketing. Hey, don't think that doesn't attract. And, you know, every high school staff now has to dedicate a position to trying to promote their players.
Tim,
it's hard to get guys to the college level now.
Tim Cruz out over the ball. Here's a handoff, and Davis back in there, number 15. So Wyatt Davis back in the game. Comes to the near side, able to get some quick steps for about 4 yards.
Yeah, and I liked watching Andres Van, number 5, the cornerback. You watch him, he came in with 11 tackles. Watch number 5 here. The cornerback does a great job of getting to the ball carrier on time. They didn't set the hard edge, but it was enough to let Ben Phillips, number 16 right there, rally to the football. Van and Phillips are a nice combination on the back end.
A quick gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 29. Casas Willis after the fake rolls out, throws back against the grain, hauled in by Derek Washington. Washington close to the 44.
And you see the rollouts here by Casas Willis, and the reason why is because the offensive line just has not provided enough pass protection, and Willis throws well on the run. That's a nice catch. We've seen Omalade now and Willis both make great catches, and now Washington. It's a good catch there by the fullback.
They mark it at the 43. He was dragged down by Wambacher.
They talk about how Washington's kind of a do-everything kind of guy. He can block, he can run, and obviously he can catch and run.
7.5 to go in the first half. 21-0 Jesuit. Casas Willis under the rest just throws it away, hurls it high over the head of Jaden Burnett.
It's a good decision, and that's one of the things they call that a good incompletion. And that was a good incompletion by Casas Willis, who again, his second year to start. He had a solid year last year as a sophomore, but was kind of forced into action. And he continues to get better, but the one thing that has not helped him out is consistent pass protection. He's been sped up a lot this season. We've seen him sped up tonight due to pressure.
Well, he did avoid the possible coverage sack on that last play.
Yes.
From the 43, 2nd and a dime. Casas Willis rolls out to the near side. has it caught, unloads, may have been tipped and well out of bounds, batted away in the direction of Hernandez, but well out of bounds. Will bring up 3rd and 10.
Pass intended for Colin Hernandez.
In the pressure, and again, Casas Willis having to be rolled out. Again, they've got some injuries all over the map. Ortiz Cruz, by the way, an ROTC guy, their center, has been a mainstay. And they've got a couple of seniors that anchor the offensive line, but there's too many injuries and too many blown protections this year.
Down 21 zip from the 43, 3rd and 10. Casas Willis, empty backfield, loading up, going middle deep. It is up and over the shoulder. Nearest man to it was number 11. That's Weissmuller.
Yeah,
Weissmuller,
and just a deep ball, and those two guys not on the same page. Communication problem. And that was an issue last week against Berkner. They had guys, they just weren't blocking well. The wide receivers weren't running the correct routes and all that. Obviously, Casas Willis a little bit frustrated with his wide receiver.
Not what they wanted their last 4 possessions, Scott. And this field goal, a fumble, an interception, and now it goes over on downs.
Brago's got to come back out, boot this thing away, but he's been good tonight.
Back deep for Jesuit, number 81, Corson Lindley. It's a spinner. He comes up, will get away from it, hits at the 30, goes sideways, and goes out of bounds at the 31.
26-yard kick, not like that first one that we saw. They went 46.
But now the Cards have to go back on defense and try to slow down this Jesuit offense. They give up, or Mac did last week, close to 300 yards in passing in the loss to Berkner.
And, you know, Jesuits kind of owned this series the last 7 years. They've won 7 in a row. This goes all the way back to 2014, actually. But there was one year where, MacArthur got the better of him, 69-30. Mac won.
New quarterback, that's Livingston, and he airs it out, and it's a comeback effort. Got turned around, did Mayer, and a flag drop.
Flag did come out, but another quarterback that's showing a good arm here. I don't know if something happened to Beck Berry or what. Maybe just with the 21-0 lead, they want to give Livingstone a chance.
JP, a sophomore. And here's the call, Jonathan Vanderlof.
Offense 71, pass interference, defense number 2. Those penalties offset. Replay the down.
All right, offsetting penalties from the 30.
Livingstone's got a good arm. He's only completed 30% of his passes, but he did have to play earlier this year in a game. He was 6 of 20 for 126, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. This guy Livingstone just a sophomore, though.
Hand off and ahead over the left side, a punishing 2-yard pickup, not much.
Well, the interior of the line has done a good job tonight. Watch Overland down there, number 10. They've had a couple of tackles rotate in and out, but J.P. Livingstone right there, number 15. 6'3", 180. And talk about a guy that looks the part. They'll put some weight on him, and they'll get his footwork better in the offseason, and he's going to be good. You watch.
2nd and 8. Livingston throws. It is hauled in at the 39, close to the 40. That's number 7 again, Shane Parker. Is it enough? It is. 1st and 10.
It's Parker, but it's also Jaden Gedich making a nice play on an island there. It's a nice tackle. That's why he came in with 20 tackles from his cornerback spot.
From the 40, they hand off over the left side. Ty Dabu, and he's stacked up at the 43. You're going to see another Dabu Saturday.
You're exactly right. No doubt about it.
The Clemson Tigers and the Mustangs.
2nd and 7 at the 43.
Saturday.
2:30 start. Hey, we hop on the plane tomorrow night.
Ty Dabu, a junior, one of 40 this year. They got 25 seniors, 40 juniors, and 5 sophomores. Winding down to the 5.5-minute mark from the 43, 2nd and 7. Livingston throws on the run, a bullet pass and caught right off the shoe tops.
Parker's had a good half, and what's going to help out Livingstone's completion percentage is the fact that MacArthur runs the zone. Livingstone had a couple of choices here and decides to throw it over to Parker, makes a nice catch. Ball a little bit behind him. But when you're facing the zone and you've got a wide receiver like Parker, that completion percentage is going to increase.
From the Cardinal 44, Dabu and knocked down in the backfield. Nice knockdown by Brian Ortiz, number 24.
Dabu's come on this year, was a JV player last year, improving each week. And he's having to go up against that tough defensive front. Look down there, and Ibrahim, the defensive tackle, converted offensive lineman. You see Ortiz Cabrera right there in the middle. 64 tackles coming in. Leading tackler for that MacArthur team.
Gain of 2. They scrimmage from the 42, 2nd and 8. Wing back to the left. Dabu slips. Got the handoff and lost his footing at the 42.
He slipped, and they had Rolando King, the cornerback, coming untouched. Almost looked like a heel line chase play. Cornerback blitz.
So it's 3rd and 8 inside of 4 minutes. Jesuit on the march, leading 21-0.
And what's interesting, Jesuit ran for 71 yards a game the first 2 games, 131 yards a game since. So their rushing attack has improved tremendously the last 3 games.
Cardinals show blitz. Now they sag back as Livingston from the gun. JP looking near side, throws, caught at the 32. Another catch for Harlan Bouclair tonight.
Yeah, Harlan Bouclair, he's back. Parker's back. They've got all their guys back. This is the first night, probably since the first week, that they've really felt like that they've got everybody ready to go. But it starts with the offensive line for Jesuit. It's a young offensive line. Both tackles are sophomores, both guards are juniors, but they continue to get better, as evidenced by the 130-yard average a game on the ground the last 3 games. 1st
and 10 from the Big Red 34. Dabu struggles ahead, may have gotten to the 30. See where his knee touched. That is his 6th carry tonight, at least 6 or 7.
Last week he only carried it a couple of times, but he looks good between the tackles. Again,
he does.
He was a JV kid last year, but boy, these Jesuit players on both sides of the ball, they're well coached. They've got good athletes. It's unusual to see this Jesuit team come in with a record of 2-4. Remember, you mentioned they were 6-5 last year. They've got talent.
And in a game which they only gained less than 30 yards on the ground last week.
Yeah.
That's all they had last week, 26
well,
yards.
They dug themselves an early hole.
Yeah. Swing pass, caught. Parker evades one, escapes another, and dragged down at the 15.
I thought he was going to be able to break that last tackle. Parker couldn't quite do it, but they get it on the edge. He's athletic enough. Linebacker takes a bad angle. That was Ortiz Cabrera. And a touchdown saving play made on the edge by Josh Fernandez.
They mark it at the 15. Timeout taken here with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half. It was 7-0 at the end of 1, or 0-0 at the end of 1.
You saw Brandon Hickman right there in the middle of the huddle. He's got to be feeling better about it. They missed out on a couple of big plays. If you look at the district standings here, it's a fight for the 4th spot between these 2 teams tonight.
Barring a tsunami or a nuclear attack, Scott, it's going to be Lake Highlands, Berkner, and probably Richardson, the top 3. Jesuit will win the night and go 3-1.
But you look at Berkner. That's the biggest surprise of the district, no question. They're 4-1, 3-0 in district competition. And, all the prognosticators coming in had Berkner maybe at best in the 4th spot. Some had him 5th, and here they are in that top position.
Lake Highlands and Berkner play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Big game Friday night. 1st and 10 for the Cardinal 15.
Huge game, in Lake Highlands has been putting it to everybody so far this year.
Handoff and ball met, a helmet loose at the 14, a gain of a yard. Another carry tonight for number 20, Ty Dabu.
Fun watching Ty run. Again, he only carried it 16 times coming in, but he's been getting a lot more time lately. And it's good to, with Lucas Meyer a little bit banged up, he's probably their best blocker. Maybe their best running back, but it's good to see Ty kind of carry that load.
Jeremiah Rose has to come out for one play. To the corner, was he in bounds?
Only had to have 1 foot. Oh, they called it a touchdown.
Cade Kirby's 3rd touchdown catch tonight.
How about that?
Yeah.
Said he had a foot down. Love to see that again.
That was so close to the end line of the pylon back in that left corner. Well, all he's done, what'd you do tonight? Well, I've got 3 touchdown passes here.
I know, right? Hey, how many times have we seen a Jesuit quarterback, and they've used 2 of them, put a ball right where it needs to be on a deep ball? That's a tough throw to make. We'll get a look at that in a second. I didn't think live that he got a foot down. Did you?
I thought it was right on top of the line. So Magoo's extra point is good like the previous 3, and a 21-0 advantage here. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. It is all Cade Kirby in receiving touchdown yardage tonight.
Now Livingstone has come in to operate this drive without really stepping into it, but right where it needed to be, getting past the DB Nigich. And let's see if all you got to do is have one. Have to have possession, have to have 1 foot down. He's got it now.
And he plants to the other one, I guess. Where did he plant it?
Let's see this. He makes the catch now, but I don't think there's any way he got a foot down. Yeah, no way. If they had a replay in high school, there's no way they would not overturn that.
Down and out, but it goes as a touchdown.
But hey, don't take anything away from this guy, Cade Kirby. 6 feet, 175-pound senior. Again, he was injured last year, didn't play, broke his collarbone, spent the entire offseason just trying to keep his head up. Well, he sure looks the part. And a really good wide receiver, especially with guys out. He's kind of taken the reins as being the top guy that's targeted, and why shouldn't he be?
Well, they've lathered up the Cardinals here in the first half on top 28-0. Mac trying to somehow get back in the game, and if it weren't bad enough, Jesuit will have the ball first to begin the second half. So we'll have to give it up right off the bat to begin half number 2.
Boy, the way that this thing started, I'm a little bit surprised that MacArthur is down 28-0. I really thought, and you know, if these 2 teams played 10 times, Jesuit probably wins maybe 6 times. This is just kind of one of those anomalies where they're able to break out because of the turnovers.
That snowball effect.
Yeah.
Cardinals unable to catch up right now. Brock Casas-Willis and the Cardinals for the 3rd consecutive possession. They begin from their own 25. Here's a draw play, kind of a delay as Davis goes down and loses some yards.
A counter draw right there, and you see Beck Nicholas. One of the things that he's been trying to work with his offensive lineman on, pulling on time, and they try to pull the backside guard right there on the counter. Just doesn't get a whole lot out of it. They lose 2 yards.
Not a pleasant homecoming so far. A 2nd and a dozen. So they're going to flex out Colin Hernandez, number 9, wide to the near side. He's one-on-one with Andres Van, giving him about a 9-yard cushion. 2nd and 12. Casas-Willis. It's a running play. Davis again. Davis looking for an avenue, and that closes quick. They have lost another yard.
And Davis has been most successful going off guard, maybe off tackle, but certainly not trying to break it out. The last thing that they want is Joe Norman to come up a little lame. He had the INT for a touchdown earlier this year.
So a timeout taken here with under a minute to go.
Yeah, and shaken up.
Cardinals will have a date with Pierce on the 24th. They close out the regular season with a game against Irving and Richardson High. Jesuit next week, home with Richardson, then at Berker and at Nimitz to close out the regular season. But you don't want to look ahead, but I don't know, Scott, this swing game for positioning 3rd and 4th place heavily in favor right now. Jesuit about to go to 3-1, barring a tremendous comeback. There's the Cardinal schedule.
And certainly those winnable games there on the docket, no question.
We'll see them on ICTN with the J.J. Pierce Mustangs in a couple of weeks.
Be a good matchup. You know, the last year's matchup in this contest was a 14-point game. Charlie Peters, he threw for 270 for Jesuit last year. 6 touchdown passes, but again, they only won by a 14-point margin.
From the 24, crossing the 30, Davis to the 28.
You know,
Peters had the all-district quarterback, all-state quarterback last year, did
yes,
they not?
They did. He was really good.
All-state, yeah.
He was really good. Threw for 280 in that ball game, as we talked about. But anyway, you watch that last play, Wyatt Davis. If you are the social media coach and you're putting together a highlight reel, that last run right there by Davis is a world-class run. That's what he does. That's his bread and butter. That's what he needs to show the college scouts, the college coaches, getting downhill, running off the A-gap. You know, a lot of kids like to bounce it, but he's so good inside. Watch him inside right here. Watch Wyatt Davis, straight up field, stiff arm the guy behind him, and then breaks the tackle, splitting 2 guys, gets an extra 5 yards. That's the nicest run of the game right there for Wyatt Davis and MacArthur. That's a fantastic run.
He'll be back next year along with Casas Willis.
Yeah.
Omoladi also returns.
That's a darn near an explosive play. You know, anything over 10 yards in the run game is considered an explosive play. That was nice.
4th and a yard from the 34. Down by 4 touchdowns. Hernandez to the near side, and that'll force another timeout as the O-line comes over to the near side. Cardinals again 2-4. Scott said the 10th meeting all time. Mac coming off a loss to Berkner. They're October the 17th. We'll see that Nimitz-Irving contest.
That'll be fun to watch. Fun to watch Nimitz in that slot T4. Yeah, that old school offense that they've gone to.
Rush up to the line of scrimmage, try to get the play off in less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, then with 3 seconds. They went it off in 3 seconds. And you talk about pressure on the defense. How would you like to be the Mike linebacker to try to make that defensive call?
Wear you out.
Oh, man. Mentally.
You know, the defense now, Scott, you can kind of insert some new guys for Jesuit. I mean, first teamers have done their job in the first half. They get the ball over again the second half. So the defense has to feel pretty good right now.
You know, you mentioned 7-2, the lead in the series. Every year's different. And remember that year, a couple of years ago, where actually it was a 16-12 final, had a lightning delay, had a couple of lightning delays in that one.
Yeah, that's the game they had thought about resuming on Saturday. But yeah, it was kind of hairy. That was.
Were you working that game?
Yeah, storm passed through, and it was nip and tuck. It was a long night. So 4th and 1 as they plow straight ahead, and
that's the MacArthur version of the tush push.
It's a first down. They get the first down as they cross the 35, but not much time left. Fresh set of downs. Old line being helped up. A lot of Medlin. So they'll start the play clock on the referee's count. At the 36, 1st and 10 Mac. Defense holding their own here in the first half. Jesuit, quite a story from last week. Defense allowed close to 200 yards of rushing and well over 250 through the air last week. Davis will take the direct snap. Is hit hard, goes down hard, shaken down at the 38.
Yeah, and that's probably going to end the half. You mentioned hit hard, but yet still he was able to move forward off the hit. That's the size and the power and the element that Wyatt Davis brings to you.
So that'll do it at the end of the first half. 4 Jesuit scores as they take an insurmountable lead right now at 28-0. Homecoming night. We'll have highlights, stats, homecoming activities on our ICTN Game of the Week on the other side. 6 for the Vikings. And that will do it. From Joy Ralph Ellis Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. Number 10 to the end zone. Incredible. And it is 6 for the Vikings. And that will do it. From Joy Ralph Ellis Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. Number 10 to the end zone. Incredible. And it is 6 for the Vikings. And that will do it. From Joy Ralph Ellis Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. Number 10.
Hello everyone, I'm Susan Stevens. Be sure to watch Irving Spotlight as we rock out to the tunes playing at Heritage Park for this year's Fall Music on Main concert series. And we find out who's crowned the winner of the 40th annual Miss Mature Irving pageant. So tune in for the October 17th episode on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and on YouTube at The City of Irving as we spotlight the city's arts, culture, and entertainment.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. On the next City Source, see some of the new ways Irving police are using drones in law enforcement. We'll also have these stories.
Flugtag Fun draws thousands of people to Levy Event Plaza. See some of the wild attempts to fly across the water. And the Irving Fire Department celebrates its centennial during a special event at the Toyota Music Factory. Catch these stories and more on City Source starting October 10th on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The City of Irving. It is local coverage you won't get anywhere else.
Enjoy live music, barbecue tasting, and local vendors at the 25th Annual Texas Barbecue and Blues Festival. It all starts at 6 p.m. on October 18th here at the Plaza at Toyota Music Factory. Among the performers, Leo Hall and the Texas Blues Machine. The holidays are just around the corner. Stop by here at the Heritage Senior Center to purchase unique handmade gifts and more. The annual Fall Craft Sale is on November 1st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Lone Star Youth Orchestra opens its 27th season with a concert titled An Autumn Reverie. Enjoy the performance of middle and high school musicians on November 5th here at Carpenter Hall. Curtain call is at 7 p.m. Join the fun here at the Plaza at Toyota Music Factory for the 3rd Annual Jam Fest. Performances by Mickey and the Motor Cars, Bree Bagwell, and more. A portion of the proceeds will go to the Genesis Women's Shelter. Showtime is at 6 p.m. on October 25th. A special Texas Arbor Day celebration is coming up here at Heritage Park. The event features a tree giveaway, hands-on crafts, and the Nimitz Jazz Band. Bring the whole family on November 8th at 10 a.m. Jazz trumpeter Byron Stripling comes to the Irving Arts Center. From Gershwin to Joplin, Count Basie to Satchmo, Byron Stripling plays from the Great American Songbook. The concert here at Carpenter Hall is on November 8th at 7:30 p.m.
I'm mostly here for the cosplay.
I am Superman, the new one.
I'm both a DC and Marvel fan.
It's a two-day celebration of all things pop culture. We have so many exciting opportunities for people to really kind of immerse themselves in fun and fandom. From celebrities to comic book artists, cosplay contests, a lot of gaming opportunities.
I love to showcase my projects that I work on and get to meet new people.
It's great to meet friends, new cosplayers, old cosplayers. Obviously the shopping hurts my wallet, but I still love it.
Thank you guys.
I appreciate it.
And just have a blast, just hanging out, talking, eating food.
It's basically a robot Clint Eastwood.
excited because we love being in Irving. We love the layout of the Irving Convention Center.
Yeah, the trashy romance novel and the trashy suspense novel.
Oh! It's a great thing to have in communities because it allows people to be like, I can't host conventions like this, but I can go to one.
It's just really cool to kind of like bring this character to life that so many people bonded with in the movie theater. So I'm pretty happy about this.
We all have our Taylor Swift concerts. We all have our football games to go to. Me coming here to events like this is my Taylor Swift concert.
I love coming out to these exhibits and expos because first and foremost, it's a community and I've always felt welcomed in this community.
Giving that ability to show your nerdom in a safe space is huge, and this is definitely the event to do that.
Your ICTN team produced 40 videos in the month of September.
This is the last section of Conflans in the city, so now Conflans is a complete road.
I'm going to soar or I'm going to fall. What do your viewers think?
Soar, fall, take your pick.
People are giving us great feedback about Irving and the location and the layout and all of the things that matter when you're doing a convention or a conference.
You're going to have that continuity in architectural look, and also we want to provide the wide promenade that you see along the lake.
What's special about this market is everything is handmade. We don't have any resale vendors here, so everything that you see here was created by the vendor that you're meeting.
We all put our lives on the line to save one citizen, and all our training doing this is ultimately to serve the citizens of Irving.
Because I know him well enough, I gave him a hard time. I said, oh, you got a key to my city, and I wasn't even there. Pretty good city, isn't it?
That have resulted in things like this convention center being built, the Toyota Music Factory being built, and so now we are ready to determine where to best put our efforts.
I just like that they have a little bit of everything for the kids, that they're doing the luau's, making the little hula skirts, the free popcorn and all that with it, so it's just a nice day for it too.
South Irving is wonderful. You can walk around after you have a good meal, check out some of the local businesses, and even go for a stroll at the park.
Stay up to date by subscribing to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/the City of Irving.
Irving Animal Services is decked out for the season in this Pet of the Week segment with Egan Dobson. Thanks so much for being with us. And talk about Maple here, also in costume.
Yes, Maple is a 8-month-old. We have her as a special breed called Brindle Treeing Tennessee, which just means she's kind of a super mutt to an extent. Maple is super dog friendly. She's in one of our big play groups, and she's also super cuddly. She loves people. Never met a stranger in her life.
We've noticed how cuddly she is already today. And, we see the costumes, we see the decorations. That brings up a special. Talk about how this cauldron works into that.
Yeah, so we have no tricks. It's called Pick a Treat, where anybody can come down to the animal shelter, and for their adoption fee, they get to pick one of our dog treats in here. The highest fee is $60, and it's all the way down to free. So even if I pick this paw day, it's only $20 for the adoption fee.
So a lot of discounts, just pick a treat out of this cauldron and go from there. And we always like to give updates on previous Pets of the Week. We talked about Lilu a few weeks ago, who now has a new name and perhaps a new destination.
Yes, so he was renamed to Bugsy. He has been tagged for rescue and will be leaving on a flight on the 18th of this month. We work with a few different rescue partners that like to send animals from Texas to up north, so Connecticut, New York. Once they're tagged, mostly we're looking for people who would be willing to open their home for about a week or two to do short-term fostering for them.
So to get him ready for that flight, what needs to happen?
Yeah, so luckily Lilu went to a foster home. Somebody opened their home for a little bit while he's waiting his transport.
So that brings up a need. You're looking for fosters right now.
Yes, we're looking for people who are willing to short-term foster animals that are tagged for rescue. It usually happens at the end of the month. It's about a week or two, and we'll work with you. We provide everything up until their transport date.
So we see Maple in costume, and this is the time of year that a lot of people are dressing up their pets. What is the key to getting a pet to like a costume and be in costume?
You know, some animals don't like it, some animals do. Luckily nowadays they make things like harnesses that look like costumes that are easier for a transition. In all honesty, treats and a lot of love.
Treats and a lot of love. Always good advice for dealing with an animal. And Maple here would love to go home and be in costume for you this season. Thanks a lot, Egan.
Thank you.
And the Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. You can check out the websites you see on the screen for more adoptable animals and to see the latest operating hours.
Big D, Dallas, Texas. We're in Irving as Jesuits got a 28-0 lead over Irving MacArthur. All of the damage done in the second quarter on a big night where fourth place in 7-6A up for grabs. homecoming king and queen being announced tonight on a fantastic night for football. 28-0 is our score as Irving MacArthur turning the ball over too much. Jesuit, man, they racked up the points and the yards. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Our senior king nominees.
Let's go to the homecoming festivities. PA announcer.
He has earned the Principal's Award and is dedicated to serving his community through volunteer work at an elderly shelter. After graduation, he plans to attend United States Air Force Academy to major in aeronautical engineering and pursue a career in service and leadership. Oscar Fermin is escorted by his teacher, Manuel Morales. He is a proud member of the National Technical Honor Society and a Skills USA state qualifier. He has also contributed to his community through participation in the Irving Trash Bash, and after graduation, he plans to attend the Universal Technical Institute to train as a BMW technician and pursue a successful career in the automotive industry. Cameron Matthews is escorted by friends Lorenzo and Angel. He is passionate about basketball, fitness, and gardening. He was honored as homecoming prince and class favorite his junior year. Cameron is dedicated to serving his community. He coaches youth recreation basketball and was recognized at Northwest Parks Recreation Centers as Best Volunteer of 2024. After high school, he plans to grow his custom rug business and pursue a career as a firefighter. Avion Montgomery. He is escorted by his mother, Tara, and his teacher, Mr. Harris. He is an active member of the Avid Club, Campus Improvement Committee, Fire Truck Crew, Academy 4, and Yearbook Class. His hard work and dedication have earned him multiple honors, including Student of the Year, Student of the Month, Student of the Week, and Perfect Attendance. After graduation, he plans to pursue a career in real estate while attending Dallas College to study culinary arts. Banner Nicholas is escorted by mother and father. He has excelled both academically and athletically as a 4-year varsity track athlete, 3-year varsity football player, varsity golf member, and National Honor Society student. His achievements include being named First Team All-District Wide Receiver, District Utility Player of the Year as a junior, Second Team All-District Wide Receiver as a sophomore, and earning summa cum laude honors and advancing to regionals in track. After graduation, he plans to continue playing football in college while pursuing a degree in his chosen field of study. Now please join me in welcoming our senior queen nominees. Sage Baham is escorted by her mom Sierra and dad Mont. She is a dedicated member of the Cardettes, National Honor Society, and Avid. She gives back to her community through volunteer work at a local elementary school and serving as minicamp volunteer. After graduation, she plans to attend an HBCU and major in psychology, continuing her commitment to learning and helping others. Stephanie Covaribas is escorted by her mom, Sonia, and her father, Juan Covaribas. She has shown excellence and leadership through her involvement in marching band, class officers, and National Honor Society, and UIL literary criticism. She has earned summa cum laude honors throughout high school and gives back to her community as an assistant teacher at St. Luke's Catholic Church. After graduation, she plans to attend UTA to major in biology and later pursue medical school with the goal of becoming a radiologist. Sofia Navarro is escorted by her parents. She is an active leader on campus, participating in DECA, Academy 4, and swimming. While also serving as cheer captain and senior class officer, she has earned the cum laude distinction and demonstrates her compassion through volunteering at her grandmother's nursing home. After graduation, she plans to attend University of Texas, Austin, or University of Rio Grande Valley to continue her education and pursue her future goals. Catalina Velasquez is escorted by her mom, Cynthia Velasquez, sister Valentina, and her dad, Arturo. She has been an active member of DECA and cheer, maintaining all honor statuses for 3 consecutive years. She has shown strong commitment to service through mission trips across the DFW area, supporting local food centers, homeless shelters, and partnering with churches to share the gospel, which she considers her most important mission. After graduation, she plans to attend Texas State University to major in early childhood development and education, and continue making a positive impact in the lives of others. Julieta Zamaripa is escorted by her parents. She is an active member of Student Council, Marching Band, and the National Honor Society. As Battery Section Leader, she has demonstrated strong leadership and dedication, earning cum laude distinction, and after graduation, she plans to attend Dallas College for 2 years before transferring to UNT to major in early childhood education. She is proudly accompanied by her mother and father this evening. Now, the moment that you have all been waiting for. This year's senior homecoming king is Timothy Cruz. Congratulations, Timothy, and to all of the seniors honored here today. Ladies and gentlemen, now your senior homecoming queen, Sofia Navarro! Congratulations, Sofia, and to everyone honored here today. Can we give one more round of applause for our king, Timothy Cruz, and our queen, Sofia Navarro? Let's hear it for all the nominees.
(28-0) Jesuit, the lead here at halftime. Jesuit coming out tonight, and they put on an extravaganza in the second quarter. Man, they decided to drop the hammer, and they did it with defense. It's time to take a look at some of our first half statistics. It starts with a block punt first possession of the game, and MacArthur doing a good job of getting field position. However, they could not turn it into points. And early in the game, we saw the big arm of Beck Berry dropping into the bucket to Cade Kirby, not once, but Kirby had a second one that was thrown to him, and they did a great job of utilizing his arm. That was the game plan coming in. But how about the defense? Reaching out, coming up with a pick. Nice job getting the interception. Cole Wambacher tiptoeing and getting it into the end zone for the touchdown. That extended the lead to 21-0 Jesuit, and they weren't finished. They would then add the touchdown to make it 28-0. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics here. First downs in favor of Jesuit. Don't have a lot of those, but most of those are scoring plays. 7 of 13 through the air. The two teams combined for less than 100 yards passing, but it's been the run defense of Jesuit that I think has really secured them. And you look at the total yards here tonight so far, and that's been leaning heavily in favor of Jesuit, 182-70. So right now, Jesuit with the advantage, 28-0 at halftime. Go down to the drill team. Irving MacArthur.
Filled with spirit, precision, and pride. And tonight, the legacy continues as our alumni join current team to perform our traditional legacy cane routine. A dance that connects generations of Cardets through the rhythm, unity, and timeless tradition. To every Cardet past, present, and future, thank you for a lasting legacy and the mark you've left on this field and in our hearts. Now let's give it a big Cardet welcome and a round of applause for the captivating Cardets and alumni. Step high, Cardets, it's showtime!
the Irving MacArthur drill team and the alumni here at Joy and Ralph Ellis Stadium. 28-0 Jesuit.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to our amazing sponsors, Baskin Robbins, Cowboy Chicken, De Rossani's Italian Restaurant, Allure Nails and Spa.
A scoring barrage, a scintillating 3 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes for the Jesuit Rangers. Kind of told the story here in the first half. They lead at 28-0. And Scott, the pride of Temple, Texas, only 70 total yards for MacArthur. They came into this game with only 2 turnovers all year. Well, the 2 tonight cost them in the first half.
It's hard to believe because MacArthur averaged 327 yards a game coming in, 192 on the ground. Just did not see that in the first half. MacArthur, typically likes to run between the tackles, but tonight just 35 yards on 15 carries in this game. And, at 28-0, they're going to be hard-pressed to be able to come back in this one. It really is just about not playing to the scoreboard at this point.
It's one of those things, we met the enemy and it is us.
Yeah.
It unraveled in a hurry in the first half. So we're just about set. Flores Felipe will kick off. It's short, it's a spinner, and caught at the 20. Dropped, scooped up, well, not yes. And here comes a pursuit, 25 out to the 30, and a nifty return of about 13 yards after all that.
It's a nice return. You can't just assume that you're going to get tackled. You've got to force them to make a play, and Cardinals had a hard time doing it right there. But, at 28-0, Jesuit already 10 points over their average for the year in a game. So they were able to do it both offensively and defensively, and I thought the pick six really got them going.
Andres Van on the kickoff return. And we see back in there, number 9, Beck Berry. J.P. Livingston played much of the second quarter, so Berry flush from the pocket, he'll scramble. He's got 5. He's got 10, and mark it off right at the line to gain a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and Beck Berry's a lot faster than you think he is, and he shows you why there. He came in for the season with 51 carries for 225 with 2 touchdowns. He can be a little deceiving there, and he's got great leadership skills too. Let's watch this again and watch how Berry looks to his left, and the defensive end creates the running lane for him. Then he's able to turn the corner, getting past Jordan Seaworth, who's the leading tackler for MacArthur.
11 first downs, 182 total yards in the first half of the Rangers. Empty backfield, here's the screen. It's low, caught and dropped at the 41. Loss of a couple of yards. It was all that Dabu could do just to get his hands on it. and make the catch.
Daboob's got good ball skills, but that's probably one he should have let go. He's going to lose yardage making that catch right there.
On the ground, Daboob had 9 carries for 25 yards.
He did. He had 16 for 71 coming into the season, but again, he's improving each week. He was a JV kid last year. Daboob and Mayer are 2 pretty solid running backs to go along with an elite passing attack here for Jesuit.
2nd and 12. Play clock down to 3. They get it off. It is caught. That man again, number 4, with 3 touchdown catches in the first half, Cade Kirby. And for Kirby, his 5th catch.
Pretty good average. He's averaging more than a touchdown every other catch. But again, he was out last year, and he just continues to shine with a couple of injuries that they've had. But I've been very impressed with Beck Berry's ability to get it to him, get it to a couple of other guys on time.
Across midfield into MacArthur territory at the 49. There's another catch, and there's Parker trying to squirt loose. He does. 40, 35, Parker 30. The chase is on and shoved out of bounds inside the 25.
Boy, nice tunnel screen there, kind of a middle tunnel screen. Last 2 weeks, Wiggespach, the center, has done a great job making calls. And you watch number 56 there in the middle. They run the tunnel, and watch 56. And he's able to get the seal block. He alongside Tony Kohler, bringing him free. Shane Parker using his legs.
Daboob from the 21, inside the 10, inside the 5. It's 1st and goal. Daboob somersaults to the 2.
Boy, anything they want to do, they're doing. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, they're tenacious, and they're just playing with a lot more aggression and a lot more confidence. And Jesuit, since the start of the second quarter, has taken it to MacArthur. And look at Daboob to the edge, puts his foot in the ground, makes one move. Broke 2 tackles really on that last play, and that was the goal coming in. They wanted to break at least 7 tackles coming into this ball game. Got 2 on one play.
65 yards on the current drive. 1st and goal. Berry will keep it on nose. Belted at the 1. Slow to get up. And Berry taking a shot, but he did cross the double stripe. So it is a touchdown, but he paid for it. Really drilled at the 1.
Yeah, Jaden Nagadich absolutely drilled. Hey, this guy projects as a cornerback. They got him back at corner. And Berry took an absolute shot. And he says, hey, get Livingstone, warm him up, would you? Man, he took a shot right there. You know, quarterbacks that run consistently know how to avoid hits like that. Is there another cornerback in this district that can levy a blow like we just saw? That was fantastic.
That was a grinding head-on collision right there at the 1-yard line. Berry rushes for his 3rd touchdown of the year, and now they up the count now to 35-0.
Boy, Beck Berry, you mentioned, paid the price. He had 2 rushing touchdowns coming in, kept it on the read option. And right there, oh man, just takes a devastating blow. You know, to get it, you hit him, who's playing cornerback. He's a converted safety and a big hitting safety. Most cornerbacks don't hit like that, but he's really a safety. And man,
just drove right through him.
He wasn't worried about wrapping him up. He was trying to punish him, and he landed that hit.
Just drove right through number 9. There's Jesuit quarterback Beck Berry, just trying to get his breath back.
He's an ice bath.
So a 67-yard drive capped off by the Berry scamper. 35-0.
But yeah, Berry can run. He's sound fundamentally, showing it there. Has the good arm. Really like the player he's turned into. And a big leader on this team.
Yeah, he is.
And that's the one thing that Brandon Hickman talked about too. The one thing that he's learned in his 30 years of coaching is players got to like the quarterback. I mean, that's just the way it is. They've got to like him in the locker room. They've got to like him to play hard for him. And Beck Berry's that kind of guy.
Omalati in the end zone. It'll come out to the 25. Scott, you've heard the old expression, don't let a roadblock, or don't let a speed bump become a roadblock.
Yes.
How do you maneuver around this roadblock here in the second half?
Well, this is the challenge that really MacArthur's tried to remedy and find an answer to the last 3 weeks, particularly last week against Berkner. They thought they might play with a better edge than they did, losing 36-17, and now you're down 35-0. But it's not about winning this game. You've just got to win the next play. The most important play is the next one.
Brock Casas-Willis loading up, throws. It is caught by Riles, and Riles out of bounds. Tay Riles, senior. I believe that is his first reception. It is. They had Omalade, Davis, and Washington receiving in the first half.
Tayshawn Lee Riles and Omalade, these are two very serviceable wide receivers to spell Banner Nicholus that we got a chance to see at halftime. He wasn't available tonight, didn't really dress out.
Part of the homecoming activities, his teammate was named homecoming king, Tim Cruz. 2nd and 12 after a loss of 2. Davis just gets back to the 25, may have lost it. See if he was ruled down. I believe he is. So.
Surely not.
Yeah, gain of 2 yards.
Well, that's the last thing they needed is to lose the football here. They wanted to get back to the fundamentals after last week's game. And Nicholus knew that, hey, the next 3 weeks, those are going to be the 3 biggest games of the season. The district might come down to points. They'd like to win 3 of the next 4. Obviously, you're going to have to rattle off 3 in a row after tonight.
Jesuit, a 3-man front. And Casas-Willis throws, caught in traffic, getting loose. Derek Washington, and Washington drilled. And just get up, and he does. You always kind of want, man, just hope the guy gets up.
And Washington kind of goes unnoticed, but you watch after his 2nd step, man, he accelerates quickly. He gets to top speed in a hurry. I like to watch this junior running back. It's a nice screenplay. But after his 2nd step, man, he got the full speed. And talk about levying a hit. They've got some big hitters in that secondary. Cave Weissmiller came in with 31 tackles, 3 for a loss, 1 sack, a breakup. He's a big hitting free safety.
Just undressed him.
Yeah.
4th and 4. Cards in bunt formation, dropping back deep for Jesuit. Corson Lindley. Lindley indicating fair catch is interfered with at the 45. So Lindley, unable to secure the fair catch, was hit as soon as that arm went up.
Kick catch interference coming up right here. The 5 flags came out.
And that'll put them in MacArthur territory. Well, the Cardinal fire truck, the Cardinal Express, parked deep at the end of the track in the south end zone, unable to get started tonight.
1st and 10, Jesuit.
So the interference on the ability to make the fair catch will cost the Cards 15. That should place it right about the 35.
And they've had some short fields to work with tonight, too. The field position battle has certainly gone the way of the Rangers in this one. And it's hard to believe, you know, they've got a lot of talent on this team, but Jesuit, they've lost some games, and there's the fire truck. Well, they're getting after it. They don't care what the score is, do they?
They want to ring the bell and make some movement here. Officially spotted at the 38. And Livingston back in there. This pass off the fingertips of number 81, Lindley. So JP back in there after Beck Berry took the hard shot on the touchdown run.
It's good to see Jesuit kind of get back to business. Man, they've been workmanlike since the outset. They had some snap issues last week. They had a bad snap, and then they had a bad snap on a punt. They gave Lake Highlands the ball inside the 10, not once but twice. That's why they dug themselves such an early hole.
From the 38, 2nd and 10. Here's the sweep to Parker, and Parker really driven hard out of bounds. Marker dropped as Parker was dropped.
I was going to say that marker wasn't the only thing dropped. Some big hits here in the 2nd half. Ortiz Cabrera, 64 your tackle leader coming in.
Brian Ortiz, the stick from Mac.
Ortiz, he's kind of figured out how to play linebacker. They were a little bit worried about him after week 1, but man, his leadership pushing through some early season adversity to become a really solid linebacker for the Cardinals.
No penalty, they pick it up, 1st and 10. Our 3rd down, beg your pardon, no penalty. They wave it off. So it's 3rd and 10 from the 38. Couldn't tell what they decided. They show blitz, now they drop back into 4-2. As Livingston throws, caught inside in traffic, 30 inside to the 29, tackled by Brian Ortiz, and the catch turned in by Lindley, the sophomore.
Yeah, like watching Corson Lindley, had a great freshman year, and they are back quickly lined up with tush push coming up.
They need about a half a yard.
Well, I don't know if he got it.
Livingston really stood up. He says it's enough. We'll see the linesman where he marked it on the other side. They have held as the Cardinals hold on 4th and half a yard.
Livingstone turned into salesman, but nobody bought it. And the Cardinals are going to get it. Livingstone 6'3", 180. And I'm a little bit surprised. If you're going to go with tush push, you're going to have 2 or 3 guys behind him.
Yeah.
You have those wide receivers just standing out there. I don't know that Shane Parker, the wideout, is going to be enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
But he's pushing him on top of the shoulder pads, and that's not getting the fulcrum underneath.
The what? Fulcrum. Yes,
fulcrum.
That's right.
The balance.
Yes, and you know that Beck Nicholas not very happy about that.
From the 29, 1st and 10. So Cards see what they can take some time off of the clock and sustain a drive and get on the scoreboard. It's a direct snap, crossing the 30 and stacked up at the 31, a couple of yards on 1st and 10.
See them getting back to the basics, just trying to outnumber them. Boundary side that time.
Jaden Burnett on the carry. Still the Cards with 35 yards of rushing in the first half, 35 through the air.
You know, we've seen Davis, Washington, and now JB, they call him, Jaden Burnett, was banged up to start this year, but he's a young freshman.
2nd and 7. Casas Willis to the far side and overthrows number 18, Derek Washington.
Throw off the mark, but he was really throwing that ball away. Washington was never open. Washington, Burnett, Davis, all just trying to fill the shoes of Banner Nicholas, star-studded wide receiver who came in with 21 catches, not available tonight. 21 catches and 38 rushes for almost 250 yards. Nicholas had almost 600 all-purpose yards to his credit coming in, but he wasn't available.
Wyatt Davis throws a block. Casas Willis looking downfield, throws, and unable to hook up with Tay Riles. So they'll give it up, their 2nd consecutive punt.
Yeah, Tayshawn's been targeted a couple of times here in this half. Another player that just has not gotten a lot of time, and you see that Casas Willis not happy about the route that Riles ran that time.
So again, the Cards in punt formation, and number 81, as he has been all night, Corson Lindley, drops back standing at his own 45. Jesuit came in overall at 2-4, 2-1 in district, coming off of a loss to Lake Highlands, the district leader, trying to win for the 8th time in this long series. It's high, up with a fair catch call, and that's Lindley who hauls it in at the 38.
Yeah, and you know, Jesuit lost its first 3 games of the year, and it's hard to believe that given the amount of talent. They lost at Hebron, lost to Jesuit out of New Orleans, and then lost at Highland Park. Those are 3 tough teams, particularly that last one. That Highland Park game was a tough one, 42-14. However, it's a young team. They played a tough schedule, but they've competed hard in every game. And they, Coach Hickman doesn't even feel like they've reached their potential yet because of the injuries. And this is really the first night they've been able to get their big stars back.
They were 6-5 last year, 5-2 in the district. A handoff to Lucas Mayer. Mayer in the game and has met hard.
Haven't seen him much. He's strong, he's physical, fullback type. Big kid, hard runner, downhill. They just have not handed it to him much.
Illegal substitution on MacArthur.
Yeah, they had 12 guys out there.
Cost them 5. Jesuit, a Division II by-district finalist last year, lost to Arlington Bowie 56-42 in that first round. So the ball spotted at the 43, 1st and 5.
You know, Jesuit's been good. They routinely go to the postseason.
8 wins 2 years ago.
Yeah.
From the 43. And nothing at all. Number 7, Jordan Seaworth, right there to meet number 2, Mayer.
Well, watch this one more time. That's a really nice play on another screen. A good read. Great job getting to the point of attack. Seaworth again came in needing, 5 tackles to break the record. I think that's his 4th. He needs 1 more. He came in with 3 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, 67 total tackles. He's consistent. He's made the most plays of anybody, and that's another one.
It's about 9 tackles a game.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Loss of 3 from the 40. 2nd and 8. Beckberry throws, caught, on the run, number 81, Lindley. Lindley is taken down shy of midfield.
I liked how Anthony Jimenez just raced in there to blow that play up as you see the guys getting coached up. And, you know, coaches are the same way. They just, doesn't matter the score, they continue to coach them hard because it's all about learning, and the next play is the most important one.
And Parker was mauled, able to surge ahead to the 49.
Parker, carry.
Fun to watch Shane Parker play, wide receiver. They've got so many good athletes on this team. But it's not just that. I love how they don't rely on their athletic ability. They've got talent, but talent alone won't get them to that next level. They know they've got to put in the work. They've got to put in the effort. They've got to execute.
It's that New England Patriots spread the wealth.
Yeah.
All about matchups. It is 2nd and 8 to the side, and unable to hold on. Had to climb the ladder. Kirby and is taken down hard.
He is. Jeremiah Johnson levying a blow right there. He was giving some soft coverage, but rallied in a hurry. Cade Kirby, again, 3 touchdown receptions. He's their big guy. And he goes up the ladder. Very dangerous to do that. A lot of times you'll take a shot in the ribs, but really nice job by Jeremiah Johnson to get to him in a hurry.
Can also be a shoulder. He went down hard.
No doubt.
3rd and 8 from the Cardinal 49. Rangers came in averaging 20 points a game. Beck, empty backfield, led Parker a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's interesting, as good as Jesuit is, they don't really feel like they're quite as developed at this point in the season as they usually are. And, you know, they've made some mistakes. We've seen some drop balls that should have gone for touchdowns tonight early. That in previous seasons, as you talked about, John, the success that they've had recently, especially last year with the 6 wins, those are balls that in previous seasons probably get caught.
But you're right, Scott. Here in week 7, when you return a decent amount of starters, you're a contender, there's no question. Here's a punt. It's end over end, hits at the 20, goes out of bounds, close to the 15.
It's a great punt. You know, I'd say anytime you go inside the 20, in fact, the college logs, college stat sheets keep that stat. Punts inside the 20. I just can't do it better than that. Directional, and then they get the effectiveness on pinning them deep.
That's why they're giving punters and kickers now, Scott, full-time scholarships.
Oh, yeah.
And they should.
No doubt. And coaches, too. I mean, I'm sure that everybody probably saw the news earlier today where Indiana extending Signetti now $11 million a year. You know, there's just in 2 years ago they hired him at $4.5 million.
Hey, that's a basketball school.
I know, right?
5, 10. Look at him go 15, 16 yards on 1st and 10. Burnett.
But you know, you and I talked earlier about how programs, even the public school programs, they've got to sell their program. Guys moving around all over the place. And you see athletes like this. Jaden Burnett, JB, making a play. I love how he's got a little wiggle. Got some wiggle and got some size. He's got 200 pounds on him. Does that guy look like a freshman?
Yeah, he's making a miss. It's a nice run.
Yeah, no way that guy looks like a freshman.
Only freshman on the varsity roster. 1st and 10 Cards, 3:30 to go in the third.
He was a little bit, he was still taking it in as a freshman.
From the 31, caught at the 39, Ryle.
Is that not a good throw? I mean, over the linebacker, under the safety, under the DB right there. You just can't throw it better than that. Good to see Cassius Willis. I like that communication right there. Willis, good fundamental, steps into it, over the linebacker, underneath the DB, and a nice catch there by Riles, who again only had one catch coming into the game. But how about the leadership shown by Cassius Willis with that high five?
Chase Brown played him a little soft, crossing the 40 and flattened at the 43. Another carry for number 26, Jaden Burnett.
Burnett, again, only carried it twice last week. He did have almost 50 carries coming in.
From the 43, 57 yards away from Peter.
You know, those guys just can't carry the ball 7, 8, 9 times a drive. They gotta get him a breather.
And now they do. A lone setback behind Cassius Willis from their own 43. Wyatt Davis crosses midfield, and Davis, the body lean, able to get him another 3 or 4 yards. He's got it at the 45 and a man down for MacArthur.
Watch 56, Cadjo working to the second level, gets the block, and then watch 56 is at your left of your screen. He's not finished. He's going to get in there and get him a little bit more. Nice job, everybody, with some teamwork making the dream work down there for Gislon Cadjo. That left tackle, 5'9", 265. The senior doesn't get his name called that much, but well, you notice that from the beginning. Like the teamwork here by all of these guys. Wyatt Davis. Davis has had a good game. This guy's a solid running back. They've got some pieces here, the Cardinals do, to make some noise. That's why, you know, it's a little bit disappointing that, you know, they came out last week and just didn't play that well. Lost to Berkner 36-17, and we were just talking about that offensive line, and right there's the other tackle, Giovanni Guardardo, being attended to.
6'1" and 290, a senior.
Yeah.
Still got him down and being attended to, and now gets up.
Guardado had a knee injury earlier this year. Missed a game, actually, as a result of it.
So he comes out, so they'll need a new right tackle.
Hey, by the way, speaking of knees, we haven't called his name very much, but Donovan Wilson, who's a cornerback from MacArthur, he's number 2. He's also battled a knee injury. His knee pops in and out of socket all the time.
I don't want to see that.
12 yards on the previous play.
See if our crew can get a good close-up of that. Pop it in, pop it out.
Medical City. From the 45, the chase is on. Wyatt Davis unable to get to the edge.
I want to know what percentage of times that he goes outside that things turn out well. I'm going to say not very many. This guy's a between the tackles runner. If you can get him to turn his shoulder pads.
And be one-on-one.
Yeah, you've got to. But when he gets the shoulder pads turned, he's done. You know, he had no chance to turn the corner right there.
Ben Phillips.
Right at midfield with 1:32 to go in quarter number 3. There's Coach Nicholas, you're number 5.
You're number 5, first head coaching job, 52 years of age. Always wanted to be a coach. His dad was a coach.
They need 15 here on second down. Cassius Willis, flush from the pocket. Will take it. He'll keep it and lose a yard to the 49. Well covered in the secondary. The linebackers held their ground, and Cassius Willis has to eat it.
There he is, talking about Nicholas a second ago. You know, it's special to coach his son. His son not available tonight. Banner, he's hurt. But he's done a really good job of getting this program to where it needs to be. It's special to be able to coach it. You know, he's coached here for 24 years. Linebackers coach, he coached D-line, running backs, JV head coach. Track and field, he's coached here. He bleeds red.
And at 2, they throw. It's caught at the 42, which will be about 7 yards short.
I said he bleeds. I guess we all bleed red, but he bleeds MacArthur red.
And Green, a UNT grad. Graduate of UNT.
I like how they roll out their quarterback, Cassius Willis, and he's been throwing on the run probably better tonight than at any other point, and he's finding some of these young guys. Lee Riles has been targeted 4 times here in the second half.
They need 6 on 4th down at the 41 of Jesuit. Cassius Willis, and is high load and is really drilled, is pancaked and slow to get up, ball loose. Ending up with it is a Tanner King.
There's a 4-letter word that starts with S that you think of when you see that last play, and it's swarm.
Well,
I guess that would be 5 letters.
Well,
sorry, John. 5.
That's 5.
Sorry, it's getting late. Swarm.
Well, they've opened up a can of whoop. That's 3 letters.
Hey, that swarm on that last play, when he rolled to his left, I thought, they're rolling because they have to, not because they want to.
Yeah.
And, man, he got himself into trouble.
Was really blasted, and the Rangers take over at the MacArthur 37. So that's where this drive begins, her 4th possession here in the half. A running play to the outside, and the new number 23. That's Judson Harris. That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So Harris on the handoff, and 3 down, 1 to go as we go to the 4th. It's still all Jesuit as they shut out Mac so far, 35-0. 35-0 as we begin the 4th and final quarter here on our ICTN Game of the Week. Both quarterbacks have taken some hard shots tonight. Cassius Willis just got bent back hard. 1st and 10 and a loss of yardage in the 2nd consecutive carry for Judson Harris. Harris, the junior running back. Second teamers in.
Second teamers in and doing what they normally do. They don't do anything all that extravagant, no exotic stuff. And well, the MacArthur cheerleaders have not had a whole lot on the scoreboard to cheer about tonight, but it's been a fun night.
The siren hadn't been sounded yet from the fire truck.
No.
Loss of a couple of yards, 2nd and 12 from the 28. J.P. Livingston running the show.
You know, in Livingston, those guys, they don't formation you to death.
Swing pass.
Is that a live ball?
That's looked like it may have gone behind the line of scrimmage, and a hard hit on Judson Harris is picked up, but this one coming back. Penalty marker dropped as soon as Judson Harris was leveled.
Hey, they teach those guys, hey, pick it up, go all the way. Don't even look around to see if the play stopped. You just go all the way in case it is a touchdown.
Well, if there's such a thing as an illegal hit or a hit,
well, he hit him hard.
Near the helmet.
I don't know that it was necessarily targeting.
No, it wasn't helmet to helmet, but God, Harris really paid the price. And in discussion, again, our referee tonight, Jonathan Vanderhoff.
You know, for it to be targeting, you've got to hit him with the crown of your helmet with that upward thrust. And I don't think I saw that.
But did it come after he had no chance of regaining possession? Again, the game tomorrow night in the District, Lake Highlands and Berkner.
think there's no question that's a lateral. That's a live ball.
Oh, that's face guard to face guard. Scott, that is helmet to helmet.
Yeah, but it's not the crown of the helmet. I don't think. I'd have to look at it again. But I think that's a live ball and a touchdown.
The blow right in the grill of Harris.
2 fouls on the play. Targeting against MacArthur. It is a non-flagrant foul. The player is not DQ'd. That is his first non-flagrant foul. Second foul is a sideline interference on Jesuit. That is a live ball foul. Both penalties offset. We have to replay the down.
So targeting and a live ball foul on bench interference, sideline interference. First of all, the hard hit to the helmet.
I guess that's close enough. Yeah, I guess you could make a case that he hit him with the crown, for sure.
And then it's picked up inbounds, and the Jesuit bench.
And by the way, the bench, that means that somebody was in the white area right there with that when that official was racing down to try to make. Let's watch this. Let's see if does the official collide with a coach.
Second down.
Well, the head coach is 2 yards on the field. There he is.
Oh, I guess. Well, there you go. Yeah, of course. Was that Tommy Lewis that did that at the Cotton Bowl that 1 year? Is that who that was that came off the bench?
Against Rice. It was
Rice.
Alabama and Rice.
Yes.
Livingston, 15, 10, 5, untouched. Another touchdown, J.P. Livingston.
What was that? Hey, I didn't see the coach on the field until I saw the replay again. What were we watching?
It was kind of nonchalant. He didn't want to come to the sidelines. He just kind of wandered on and was watching the play. Was really concerned about
wandered
Harris.
on. I love that. That's exactly what he did. He wandered on. I think he thought it was incomplete. They just assumed it was an incomplete pass. Sorry to interrupt you, John.
No, it's okay. Livingston now gets into the scoring column as they've hung 41 so far. And the extra points by Magoo is through. And it is a 42-0 Jesuit whitewash.
And you see Coach Hickman there. He's slapping helmets. He's got a big smile on his face. He's seen a lot of good players come through this program. 15 years he's been the head coach. Cardinal fans aren't dead yet. Well, he's not happy about it.
He's venting his frustration. Yeah, Coach Hickman, he was an All-Southwest Conference tackle at TCU.
Oh, that's right. TCU, you know, his son was a 3-year starter at SMU.
Okay.
Let's watch this. Good job of letting that go. So it's not a blindside block, but Livingstone making that one look easy. He's played a significant amount tonight. You know, the score kind of dictated that, but he came in first half pretty early in the game.
There's a look from the end zone as you see the defensive backs try to converge and nobody laid a hand on.
Hey, I like his length, 6'3", 6'4". This guy's going to be good. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's back for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Okay, who's a third-string quarterback? Do we see another QB tonight?
No, but you talked about Coach Hickman. Yeah, his son, Branson, was a 3-year starter at center for SMU. Transferred last year to OU, got hurt. I think they thought maybe he had a chance to play beyond college, but he got hurt. Now, at 23 years of age, he's been hired as the line coach, the O-line coach, over in GISD in Saxe.
Is that right?
Yes.
So getting a chance to stay in the game. That is caught at the 1. He's got to come out with it. Omalati.
Oh.
And shaken down hard, Omalati right above the shoulder pads. That was bobbled, juggled briefly at the 1. And
looked like there was some calf roping going on there, didn't it?
Boy, he got lassoed hard, didn't he?
It's like he finished him off with the lasso.
So Omalati and the Cardinals set up shop. Where are you going to mark it? See a flag. At the 14. So the previous drive started from the 15. They fumbled, and now from the 14. Possession number 4 in the half. Hand off, and Burnett over the right side. Gain of about 4.
I really liked how Jackson Long comes over and sets the hard edge, forces him back inside into those spill players. Nice technique. Got some guys in there that don't get a whole lot of time. It's good to be able to kind of empty the bench here.
Checking some defensive subs for Jesuits.
But no, that was a good play there by a guy who doesn't play that much, Jackson Long.
Gain of 4, second down 6. Trying to squeeze through. Burnett again on the handoff. He's about 3 yards for a first down, spotted at the 21.
Rory Sullivan looks pretty good.
Let's see, number 50, Emmanuel Uzar.
He's a backup nose guard, backs up Parker Sherman, who was able to come back tonight. Sherman going to play probably D2 football somewhere, maybe D3.
Miller Stevenson in as a DB, a junior. Mack and Irving High on Halloween nights.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Cards and the Tigers. We'll see the Irving Tigers on Friday night. Timeout taken here. That'll be our next ICTN game of the week. We've got J.J. Pierce on the 30th.
The Halloween games are the funnest, aren't they? They're the most fun. We get shots of the stands, and everybody comes out here with their Halloween suits on, the masks and all that.
Just howl at the moon. Just come out, just have a good time on Halloween night. What do you do on Halloween? You guys stock up and raid the neighborhood, or
I usually turn the porch light off and go somewhere.
Really, you just don't want to mess with it?
What about you?
I go full out.
Of 10 kids.
I'll go to Walmart and just load up. I give them little bottles of water.
You hand out water, John, on Halloween?
With the chocolate.
Boy, the kids love you.
No, with the candy. I give
with the candy?
Little bottle of water for the grown-ups. Because there are grown-ups that go to the sidewalk, they wait to see the kids.
That's good.
Give them a little bottle of water.
You like those bowls with the hand that drops down. You know, when we reach in with the candy, that skeleton hand drops down. It scares me every time.
We're on the 21. Cardinals facing a 3rd and 3. Trying to get it out of their own shadow. Here is a run. And Wyatt Davis. Davis pulled down by 3 defenders.
Well, they rallied to the football there, didn't they?
Swarmed to number 15. That's 5 letters.
It is. I'm going to write that down next time. I can't believe I said that. Hey, but you didn't call me out that you're a gentleman and a scholar, John.
No, I didn't want to do that.
Now, as far as the production crew goes,
that's a different story.
Way different.
4th and a yard.
17 for 44 doesn't sound great, but he's going to be a good one.
4th and a yard.
Got to get that push now. That's a long yard. They've held them once on this.
Jesuit says they held. Max pointing the other way.
At 42-0, surely you're going to give them a spot here, aren't you?
Even a half a yard.
Got to give them a spot.
Clock running, 8:10. Shutout so far from the 24. We're on the 24. They give the Cardinals the first down. Full house backfield. They line up behind the tackle of the guard. Wyatt Davis right between them, and Davis crosses a 30.
Man, I like this guy.
Davis
look at this guy.
Continues to move ahead, and Davis out to the 33.
Man, that dude, he's going to put his shoulder down. It's going to take 4 of them. You're not going to get him down with 1, not 2, maybe 3. You'll do it with 4, but it's going to take 4.
Plows ahead. Substantial gain on first down. infraction. A marker dropped near the Jesuit sideline.
On Jesuit. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st and 10, MacArthur.
15 yards.
There's nothing more infuriating than an overzealous head linesman. But let's watch this again. Man, Wyatt Davis takes the hit, keeps his legs going. 3 guys are on him. He's not down. It takes a big lineman to get in there to pull him down.
He ran over J.D. Moore, number 43. So a 15-yard penalty. And crossing midfield, Davis trying to pull it loose. And Davis finally driven down by Jackson Long, number 30.
Hey, look who the first guy up was right there, Davis. Man, this guy right here, he's going to be good. He's going to have a great season next year. There's Coach Hickman. Coach Hickman, man, what a job he's done here at Jesuit. Playoff appearance after playoff appearance. He's coached E.J. Smith, Emmitt Smith's son. Hey, the starting tackle that he had a couple of years ago, Matt Craycraft, he's playing at Duke. The left guard at Baylor, Ryan Lingell, he's the starting left guard at Baylor. He played here.
From the 44. Yardage breaking into the secondary. Burnett, 20, 10. They will not chase him. Able to get loose, Jaden Burnett.
Man, do they have a 1-2 punch here.
No shutout.
No shutout, but you got to love this toughness shown by Davis and now Jaden Burnett. JB got a little wiggle. He's a young freshman. He's really learned the game. Been banged up for a couple of weeks, but he's back. And boy, is he back.
They get on the board. That's an 86-yard drive. It started at the 14, and just tough running by Davis and now Burnett. And they put the Cards on the scoreboard tonight.
Love to watch tough running backs run. They've got a couple of them. Boy, he earned that one.
He did.
Man, he earned it.
Fought off a couple of defenders at the point of attack and then broke into the secondary. Number 52, Oscar Obrego. And the extra point is good as you see it from about 100 yards away. And the Cards on the board. It's 42-7 thanks to number 26, Jaden Burnett. So the siren sounds and 7 push-ups by the fire crew.
Watch this one more time. Jaden Burnett. This guy's a freshman now. Wildcat snap. Forced him back in. You like a cutback lane. He made his own lane. And once he got to the 25, no way they were going to catch him. J.D. Moore had no chance. And it's the 6th touchdown of the year for Jaden Burnett. Watch it again from field level here. Nice cutback, a double cut, and then found the alley. He just had a little bit of a crease, and that's all he needed. And the 6 feet, 194-pound freshman puts it over the double white stripe.
45 yards on the touchdown run. 42-7 our new score. It was 28-0 at the break, 35-0 headed into the fourth quarter. Each team has scored a touchdown. And the Cardinals will kick off. So they are on the board and will kick off. Let's see if they have any new men back deep. The Cards, the Rangers will, Kirby going to drop back. Caden Kirby at the 4, just on one side. All the way over the other side. 5, Andres Bond. Max Flores-Leapy, Jr. Kickoff for the Cards. Cardinals will fall to 1-3 in the district after tonight, 2-5 overall. 10th meeting all time between these two, and Jesuit about to win for the 8th time. Kirby gathers it in at the 25, 30, 35. Motioning traffic, and Kirby close to the 45. And let's see, the referees come in to kind of separate maybe some players jawing at each other. 3 touchdown catches tonight for that man, number 4, the senior.
Yeah, and he'll be playing on Saturday somewhere. Not sure what level, but Coach Nicholas trying to find a solution to the problem that is Kirby and company. That solution may come in the form of ball control from here on out. You've got to know that even though, as you mentioned, Irving MacArthur going to fall tonight, still, they got a chance. You still have a chance. You don't know what's going to happen here. 3 big games to go.
From the 43, 1st and 10, Jesuit. And here is a handoff up the middle. Number 23 running hard. Judson Harris. About 9 yards on the pickup, close to 10 on 1st down. He will hobble off.
Yeah, tweaked his ankle, it looked like.
He comes out, number 2, Lucas Mayer, senior wide receiver in.
Saw Coach Nicholas. You know, had 2 head coaches since he's been back at MacArthur. Just an uphill climb to get it back to where it was when they won at least 7 games in 3 or 4 years between 12 and 15. But you got to do it with culture, and they've got players that can do it.
Carter Casey in as a receiver. Mayer is pulled down behind the line.
It's a nice play defensively. That's really nice. That's great run fitting. Everybody had a gap, and there was not a gap that was open. Great job getting downhill and getting to the point of attack.
Got a hold on the run.
Number 71.
The Rangers, Anthony Jimenez comes in, number 33.
Repeat, 2nd down.
Bring up 2nd down.
Watch this. They got that 5 technique who stays outside. It's a really good job by Oberlin to stay to the outside, and then here comes the linebacker and the safety. And that's just really good team defense. Josiah Moore Ford, the junior, is the one that came down to make the tackle from his DB spot.
Baumgartner on the hold. It's 2nd and 10 from the 43. Snap was short, picked up quickly by Livingston, able to get the handoff, and about a 4-yard loss as Mayer is taken down.
Yeah, and you see why Gabriel Burnett came in with 38 tackles. He's a converted quarter. That's a quarterback making the tackle right here. Nobody blocked him. Comes right off the edge. He knew that the moment the ball was snapped, he was going to make that play. He's a physical downhill run stopper. That's a nice play by the 5'10", 188-pound junior.
It's a 3-yard loss. 3rd and just over 13 needed from their own 40. JP, it's batted. Nice knocked down by number 32, Tex Morris.
Tex Morris with a breakup. Like that energy off the edge. Even though you're rushing the quarterback and they let you on a free release get there, if you can make a play, if you can get your hands up, if you can be disruptive, if you can force a bad play or bad pass, if you can speed the quarterback up, something. And Tex Morris did just that. Got the hands up just at the right time. Really good play by Tex Morris.
Jesuit will punt for the 3rd time. So the Rangers in punt formation, under 3 minutes to go. Number 17, Magoo able to unload. High hop. And continues to roll inside the 25 and down at the 22. The Rangers are 42 points tonight. Let's see. They scored, they tallied 52 in the win here, or with Irving. And then, the second most offensive points this year at 42.
And when you average 18 a game, to put up 42, you need that. You need that. You don't want to see 18 in the points column on average. You want to at least get that to the low 20s. Hey, when you're not scoring that many points, it's hard to get your defense to buy into playing hard all the time.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them put up points.
From the 22, 1st and 10. Number 9 on the handoff and is thrown down, Colin Hernandez.
Colin Hernandez, a backup quarterback.
So 2:22 to go. I feel a great disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
A 42-7 Jesuit lead. And you got a hand. I mean, they come in now they're 3 and 4, and as you said, Scott, they've got everybody back and really hitting on all cylinders.
Boy, they look good tonight and did it from the second quarter on. And man, those points came in a hurry. What did you say? 3 touchdowns in a minute and a half?
Less than 2 minutes. They've got a date with Richardson at home next Friday night. Yeah, that scoring tally by Kirby, and then the Wambacher interception. Less than 2 minutes, you got 21 points on the board. So the timeout taken with exactly 2 minutes to go. Our game of the week later on Friday night. Right back here at Joy Ralph Ellis Stadium, late October. It's Irving High and the Vikings of Nimitz, the Mid-City Kitties, and the Nimitz Vikings. Viewing habits on YouTube and the city of Irving. Numerous ways to watch our telecast. Scott, you've got a date with Clemson on Saturday. Safe travels to the heart of Moonshine Country in South Carolina.
Moonshine Country. That's funny.
In the hill, that's a beautiful campus, though.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. From the 22 of 23, first and second and 9. Game long decided in the first half, as the Cards will drop to 1-3 in district play. Number 11, his first carry tonight. They don't have a number 11 on the roster.
Broke through that attempted a form tackle right there.
Did not have a number 11 listed, but he
no.
has a gain, positive yardage out to the 32.
11 on the carry.
It's a game where everybody gets to play.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, got a new wide receiver.
32.
Berkeley Akaral, a senior, out to the near side. Hand off from the new quarterback, Colin Hernandez. And a couple more plays, and that'll do it as they stay in bounds. 7 points each for these two teams in the fourth quarter.
Well, if you just tuned in, early in the game, it was very apparent that Jesuit wanted to test the secondary of MacArthur, because MacArthur had given up some big plays and let some wide receivers get past him last week against Berkner. And I can't tell you the last time I saw those just repeated deep bombs against the secondary at this level.
Yeah.
I mean, they have no bones about it.
Hernandez gets to the edge, crosses a 40, and Hernandez is hit, keeps his balance, reverses field, crosses a 45, and Hernandez will not give up and will be slow to get up. Took a hard hit at about the 41, stayed in bound, and is shaken up. Okay, Scott, so the district, Lake Highlands of Berkner tomorrow night. Last year, Lake Highlands, Pierce, Jesuit, and Richardson, the 4 playoff teams.
Yeah.
This win tonight, it puts Jesuit at 3-1, right on the heels of Richardson and Berkner. Berkner loses, they go to 3-1.
Yes, and some really felt like Richardson might be better than Berkner. I think a lot of folks thought that was the case, as Berkner was picked 4th. Some had him 5th in the district coming in. That Lake Highlands Berkner matchup, I don't know how close it's going to be, but it's going to be one that's going to catch a lot of eyeballs.
Is that at the Boneyard?
So.
That place can. You talk about Halloween. That's it's Halloween every Friday night. Those two teams, man, that is a great battle, though. City of Richardson with 4 schools. And
yeah.
Realignment coming up. Be interesting to see who drops down. A lot of rumors floating around the Garland ISD, the Arlington ISD, about some teams dropping down to 5A. Enrollment, I think enrollment is a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, and I think a lot of coaches in Garland would like to see that district drop down.
To drop down,
yeah.
There's some schools, I won't say who they are, Scott, but they used to, when they took the team picture, the football squad, it was huge. It was huge. And then the enrollment was a little bit different when it came out.
I saw a team.
But the team, it suddenly swelled by about 45 or 50 people.
I saw a 6A team last week, 34 guys on the roster.
34?
34. 6A.
21 seconds to go. A long heave intended for number 8 and broken up as Gabriel James, the intended receiver, penalty marker dropped. That'll prolong it for at least another play.
Interference, defense, number 27. 15-yard penalty, automatic.
So pass interference has to go back to the line of scrimmage.
Some penalties at this stage of the game you can ignore, some you can't. That's one that you probably can't. They ignored the holding penalty a couple of plays ago. They can't ignore this one. Up the sideline and standard push off. It's just blatant right in front of the official.
Don't have to do any second guessing. Henry King, the defender.
You extend your forearms like that, I don't care what the score is, that flag's coming out.
Jesuit has now won the last 11 games here at Joy and Ralph Ellis Stadium. On the sweep, number 11 is pulled down, and that should do it. Rangers win the 8th time in their series against Irving Mack as they come out a 42-7 winner. And a very key district win as they pick up district win number 3. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but again, the story really unfolded and was written in the first 24 minutes. 42-7, our final. Back with the post-game wrap-up on our CTN Game of the Week. 42-7, Jesuit all over Mac tonight. John Nelson back to Scott Garner as we wrap things up. Scott, Cade Kirby, 3 touchdown passes, an interception by Cole Wambacher. Beck Berry got into the scoring column in the second half, as did J.P. Livingston, the 2 quarterbacks, as they just wore down and outmanned the Cardinals.
They really did, and they came out tonight with a purpose, with a sense. They had all of their pieces in place, and we talked about the wide receiver, Kirby, who caught 3 touchdowns, but how about the defensive front? Getting Parker Sherman back, I thought was a big deal. He made some plays early in the game. The nose guard, 5'11", 250-pound senior nose guard, who came in with 12 tackles. He made a couple of big ones early, and it just set the tone, and they came out and made a play on defense. When they made the play and got the pick 6, that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Well, they've got another powerhouse to the Cardinals next week. They got to go to Pierce and play the Mustangs of J.J. Pierce, right in the top of the district themselves.
They are, and you look at Pierce, they came in at 1-2, but 2-4, and Jesuit, Richardson, and the Richardson-Pierce with MacArthur, all 4 of those teams vying for the 3rd and 4th spot coming in.
So the Cardinals fall to 2-5, 1-3 in the district. The Rangers elevate to 3-4 overall, 3-1 in district play. Our thanks tonight to our award-winning ICTN production crew. For Scott Garner, until next time, this is John Nelson. So long, everybody.